Welcome to the Weekend Live Show.
508 is where I'm from.
We run down the biggest stories of the week with you every Saturday night. Let us know in the comments right now where you reppin'.
Apache Junction, Canton, Worcester, Long Island, Manchard, South Florida, Webster, Malden, Framingham, Tucson, Billerica, Salem, Gloucester, Moosop, Connecticut, Charleston, South Carolina, Roslindale, Moosop, Connecticut, London, Hanson, Glendale, Arizona, Lynn, Mapleville, Quincy.
Food stands, leave your clothes, buddy, and then we're
You a funny ass guy, man.
Have you ever heard of Turtleboy? Yeah? Are you a fan?
508 is where I'm from.
Hey, what's up?
508 is where I'm from.
How was that?
You a friggin' idiot. Stop telling people that I'm mentally deranged and stupid.
Call me Aidan. He's not a doctor, but...
Get out of my store, please.
You're a fucking loser.
You are a loser.
You're not a journalist. You're nobody.
You're not turtle hair. Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
NFL on the house, blog out.
Let's get this party started.
And I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced. And we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
Tick, tick, boom. Boys, go baby, we bringing our toys. Boys, chopper be singing, should be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out.
We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets.
Karen Reed has supporters who've shown up in large numbers.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I didn't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this, so it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's going quiet. We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen this. An outpouring of support for someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer. Unbelievable situation. Never seen anything like it.
Tick, tick, boom.
You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me?
We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. It's go, 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 go time.
Tick, tick, boom.
Boom! What's up, Turtle Riders? How's everyone out there doing tonight? Good, good, excellent. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your fearless host. My name is Aidan Kearney. Some people call me Clarence Woods Emerson. That's my name on Facebook. Old school Turtle Riders call me Uncle Turtleboy. I prefer doctor because, you know, if Jill Biden's a doctor, then I'm definitely a doctor too. We're all doctors, but some people call me daddy. Definitely not required to. I'm not going to stop you if you do, but I can understand that can be a little bit weird, but I'm kind of like the daddy around here, so they call me that. But I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and normally Saturday night. I know it's not Saturday. And hit that subscribe button. I know it's not Saturday. Bruins were on last night, Game 7. I'm not competing with a Game 7. First of all, I want to watch it. Kind of a lackluster game for 2 periods there. Got interesting in the third. You know, you admit it, guys. When the Leafs scored that first goal, right, with like, what was it, 10 minutes ago? You're like, this is done. I thought they were tough. I'm like, eventually the Leafs are going to beat us. Like, we own that team. We own them. And I don't know. It's like Toronto. Like, they should have good hockey. It's the biggest city in Canada. It's the hockey capital of the world, right? Like, they should win once in a while. And it's like, eventually the Leafs have to beat us, right? And then we scored again. And then it went to overtime. And then, this missing young man by the name of David Pasternak, who has just been missing for quite some time, just appeared out of nowhere and just ended the game in 5 seconds. It was great. It was awesome. So we'll see what happens. We're going on the second round. I haven't been there in a bit. Play the Florida Panthers, maybe get some revenge for last year. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so we're going to be competing with this time of year. I always have to compete with the Bruins and the Celtics. Because we always make the playoffs and we always do good. And the Celtics, it's like, we're going to play the Cavs now. Should take care of them in like 5 tops. Should definitely take care of the Cavs. I would rather have the Cavs than the Magic, because the Magic actually do good against us. I don't want to play them. So I'm glad we got the Cavs. Make mincemeat. I mean, the East should be a coast ride this year. I mean, the Knicks, give me a break. Stop it. So we should get to the finals with no Greek Freak, no Embiid. We should be good. And then we'll see who we get in the finals. Whatever. I mean, it'll be a good finals. That's all I got to say. Hockey, you never know. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. So make sure you smash that subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up. That helps with the algorithms. We've gained a lot of new subs in the last month or so. It's great. I think it might have something to do with this Karen Read thing going on. You guys might have seen it in the news. We're kind of at the center of this whole Karen Read thing. So we're going to get into a whole mess of it tonight. Don't get me wrong. And everybody's talking about what's the thing everybody's talking about now? Katie McLaughlin. Like everybody, like this is the hottest, like this has been the hottest side story ever. Like the Katie McLaughlin drama. I never thought that was going to be a thing. All right. Oh, and hi, Jessica Machado. I see Jess Machado in the comments. So yesterday, I just got to share this. So yesterday, apparently, Krusty Panties, the McAlbert spokesperson, said she had some DCF documents for Jessica Machado she was going to share, and she shared them, and they're pretty horrifying, these DCF documents. Like, that's not good, right? And obviously she didn't ask Jessica Machado for comment, because if she did so, she would realize that it's a different Jessica Machado, apparently. Like, if this person lives in Dartmouth, she's never lived in Dartmouth. She has different amount of kids, different husband. Okay. And it was like, she's like, wait till you see what we have coming on Jessica Machado. Yep. Different one. I mean, it's the South Coast. Everybody's Portuguese. There's probably a million Jessica Machados down there. So they got the wrong one. Imagine like being Krusty Panties and your ace in the hole is DCF. Like, come on, stop it. Like, that's your ace in the hole is DCF. That's like the one thing she can't talk about is like parenting, but she tried and it didn't go too well. So I'm happy that the McAlbert spokesperson, the McAlberts have found somebody to take up their cause. Sure. She lost half of her kids, but you got to take what you can get when you're on the side of evil, like, and the facts aren't on your side. And I was telling somebody this today, they were like, I was at some cookout or something today, and like there was like 20 guys from Stoughton, and every single person there believes Karen Read is innocent, all of them. And I said, in my life, since this story started, in real life, I've never met a person in real life that thinks Karen Read's guilty, ever. They're all on the internet. Now, that doesn't count McAlberts, because they know Karen Read's innocent, but they will say otherwise. But like, I've never met anybody that like wants to argue the position that Karen Read is guilty in real life. It's just internet. It's people like Plevin, right? That's it. So, yeah. We'll talk about Mello later. My story is kind of, and that's fine. I'm happy that my case is taking a back seat on this whole thing. But I think Mello's done. We're not entirely sure, but it's my daughter's birthday today, and that was a real story I posted today. Can you believe that? So I went out to. People are so nice. People are so like, it's like amazing. Especially since I got out of jail, people have been so nice wherever I go. Like, people always say, hey, Turtleboy or free Karen Read, whatever. And, like I told you, I went to the Wonder Bar in Worcester my first weekend out with my son. They just paid for everything. I'm like, wow, yes, you don't have to do that, but they do. So today we went out. It's my daughter's 9th birthday. And we were going to go out, take him out for breakfast. right? And we went to like the 122 diner in Holden, fucking hour-long line. Then we went to Lou Rock's in Worcester, hour-long line, right? Then we went to this place Over Easy in Sterling, hour-long line, because I gotta be honest, white people love getting breakfast on Sundays. They love going out for breakfast. It's white people be loving that shit, loving it. And so you can't even go anywhere. So we just went to Denny's. There was no line at Denny's. I know it sounds trashy because I just associate Denny's with like, late night ratchet fights. That's what I think of when I think of Denny's, but it got the job done. There's no line. Like, and that's the other thing. Us white people, like, we like going to breakfast at like non-commercial dine. Like, we like to find like the vintage place, like the Breakfast Nook. We love that shit. We love diners. We love that shit. And yes, I am white, but I love that shit. I love it. I love going out to breakfast. And all the white people watching, y'all know it too. We love going out to breakfast. It's our thing. So anyway, I went to Denny's, and first time actually eating there, and it's actually much cheaper than other places, and it was lovely. And we got our food or whatever, and then the waitress comes over and she's like, "Yeah, your bill's been paid for." I'm like, "By who?" He's like, and I stood up to like go ask him. He's like, "Well, I'll be right back." And then she went and talked to somebody, and he's like, he doesn't want you coming over. He doesn't want you saying thank you. He just said thank you or something like that for whatever it is I do. And so it was awesome. It was like so nice. I'm like, well, that was really nice. So yeah, so that's cool. But anyway, just a random act of kindness. I just wanted to point that out. So whoever you are out there, whoever did that for me, thank you very much. Carl's Oxford Diner. If you just want to take a huge dump afterwards, go there, because the portions that they give you, oh my goodness, it's insane. It's insane. But all right. And now everybody's saying all the white people were all saying our favorite breakfast place, aren't we? Anyway, so back to what I was saying. If you guys want to donate tonight and you want to, have your message read out loud to the class, you can click it. You can't do super chats, because I had the wrong opinion like 3 years ago about a certain vaccine mandate that I turned out to be right about. Wouldn't you know it? It wasn't necessary. And I'm still here. I didn't get it, and I'm still alive. It's crazy. But if you want to donate, you can just click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, and they don't take 40% like YouTube was, and you get to write a message, and I will read your message out loud to the class. Okay, got a couple here already. Chaz sends $5 and says, "Why was the inside of Karen's SUV torn apart on the jury view the other day?" I have no idea. Lally up to some shenanigans? That's a good question. Yeah, so I don't know. The infotainment system, I don't know. Chaz also sends $5 and says, "Lots of people posting a picture of Brian Albert in a sling with scratches on his neck, supposedly around the time of John's murder." Any true? I have not. I've seen that picture making the rounds today. I don't do rumors. I like to, confirm before reporting. I don't know what the date is on that. Also heard that Albert never returned to work after 1/29/22 due to injury. He did. He was out. That I'm almost positive is true. I've heard from a lot of people. All right, but his pension is being held. Okay. The camera's bouncing around a lot, huh? Okay. I think I'm just hitting the table too much. Hold on. I don't know why the camera. I'm going to try not to hit the table too much, and we'll just do it like this. All right. Anyway, pull this in a little. The camera's shaking, huh? What's up with that? Do I need to stabilize this? Whatever. Hopefully it's not shaking too much. We good? All right, we're good. Anyway, so thank you for that Turtle Chat there. Next one. Adam Lally sends $5 and says, "Yes, Your Honor. The Commonwealth calls the apron shovel to the stand." Okay, thank you, Adam Lally. Michelle sends $10 and says, "One of the realest journalists." Well, thank you very much, Michelle. I appreciate that. All right. Do we have any more Turtle Chats there? No, but we do have a couple Cash Apps to get through. Let's see. All right. Jay Norris sends $5 and says, "Who's the signal lady in court with Katie?" Don't know what that means, but okay. Thank you. Stephanie sends $20 and says, Taunton supports you. Yeah, I definitely saw that last week when I was in Taunton. So thank you very much, Stephanie. Alien Mermaid. Oh, no, this is from the other day. Okay, cool. All right. If anyone else wants to donate, you can click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $ Uncle Turtleboy, and I will read your message periodically out loud to the class. Oh, we got a good audience. We got about 4,000 on YouTube right now. That's good to see. We got 88 Rumble Rats over there and a whole bunch of people on Twitter.com. How many people actually? Yeah, people are saying, everybody's saying I'm bouncing. Am I bouncing a lot? Let me just try to stabilize this. I don't know if that's what's causing that to happen. Okay, hopefully I'm not going to bounce anymore. We good? We'll try to be good. All right, cool. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. What I want to start before we get to all the cool Katie McLaughlin stuff, I want to talk about, let me see. What do we got here? Hold on. Jennifer Coffindaffer. We just have to talk about this for a moment before we do anything. All right. So there she is. And oh my God. I heard she's like she completely overplays what she said she did in the FBI too. Like she was a glorified paper pusher, like a diversity hire. Cause she's really stupid, like really dumb, really dumb. I've never listened to her on any other cases because I'm kind of new to true crime, but she's like a true crime whore. She's like tries to get herself on TV a lot. And I don't think people like her make much money doing this. We found out Wendy Murphy has no income. She just mooches off her ex-husband who makes $1 million a year. And just look at her, dude. She looks in rough shape. Like, and they always like Turtleboy does drugs. Turtleboy has a drug addiction, which I don't. I don't do drugs. I'm not a ratchet. I don't do drugs. But look at this woman. Look at her. I mean, look at this is how she looks she's got a YouTube channel now. That's how she looks when she's like trying to present herself. Like she's like, okay, I'm going to go on camera, get dolled up, throw in some makeup. I'm going to try to present myself as attractive as I can. And then this comes out. What? What? No. Why? But why? Why does it look like that? I don't know. Either way, she people saw her in Dedham like for the first week. That was at CF McCarthy's, and apparently she went down to 34 Fairview Road. Now I've been to 34 Fairview Road many times. Done recreations outside the house, obviously, staged peaceful protests in the area, and I've gone up to the door before. And I've knocked on the door because that's what you do. Like you can just knock on you can knock on people's door in the United States of America. It's illegal as long as they don't have a no trespassing sign. I did it with Jennifer McCabe. Caught a felony witness intimidation over it. Apparently you can't do it to her. But I went up to these people's door and I knocked on the door. And it was a really nice lady, Asian lady with a little kid. And she's like, yeah, she was completely on team Karen Read, like realized something was up with this and had no idea because those crooks, those cop killing apologists over at Ravis Realty. If you like killing cops, go do business with Ravis Realty because they are pro cop killing at Ravis 100%. They love it. They love it when you kill cops. They will go to court with you, support you, and they will sell your house. And when they do it, they won't tell the people buying the house that, oh yeah, someone got killed in here. Because that's this woman that bought the house. She told me that she had no idea that this John O'Keefe thing happened in this house. None. No one told her. The house was listed for $950,000. And they put it up. When did they put it on the market? Right about a month after Alan Jackson called them out in court in 2022. And they couldn't sell it for $950 because they let this house go. This house is a piece of shit. I think it was built in like the late 60s or 70s. And I don't think they've done any work to it. Nothing. A real fixer-upper. So nobody wanted for $950. I understand it's Canton. It's a desirable town. It looks like Pleasantville over there. I get it. But nobody wanted this piece of crap. So they had to lower it to 900. And then this woman got it. And this woman's like, I think she's a flipper. I think she's like, this is what she does. Like she flips property. And she's done tremendous work on it. Like she's done a lot of work with the house. It's blue now. The house is blue. I think they I don't know what they did with the pool. They're doing a whole bunch of shit. It looks nice now. Look like a piece of shit. Look at the lawn. Look, this is how Brian Albert kept his goddamn lawn. What's the point of moving to a nice community like Canton and then acting like you're in Southbridge? Like what is going on here with the lawn? How do you can they not afford lawn care? Can we get some weed killer? Anything? I don't know. But they sold the house. So anyway, long story short is if you want to go talk to the lady, she's nice. She'll talk to you, right? And, you know, people drive by all the time and gawk or whatever. She's used to that. But she's never seen this before. And she didn't know who this person was, this weirdo that came up to her house. Let's watch. Oh, who is it? Taking pictures? Like, what's she taking pictures of? What is she doing? Look at her run. Look at her run. Look at her. Skedaddle in her old lady shawl. And now watch this. She's just calmly walking back. I'm just going for a Sunday stroll. So that would be Court TV, media whore, true crime whore. Jennifer Coffindaffer, who I like the Pink Panther version more. Let's play the Pink Panther version. Has she answered for this? Has anybody attempted to get her to explain herself with this? It's so much better with music. Look at her run! Look at her run! What, like the fact that she ran away she knows what she was doing was wrong. That's why she ran with her old lady shawl there. And like, what was she taking pictures of? I thought about that. I'm like, she stood like right here. She went like she stood on like the new mulch and shit too. What was she taking a picture of? Like she was pointing this way. Like she's pointing that way. What was she taking a picture of? And my only thought could be, I think she's trying to take a picture of the tree line because she's like trying to prove that like, oh, the dastardly Karen Reed couldn't possibly have seen John O'Keefe on the lawn because of the tree line and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, what you should be looking at if you're going to go where she did, which I did, and I stood right there and I looked out of that lawn and I took pictures with the homeowner's permission, by the way, is I just wanted to take in the smallness of the yard. It's not nearly as big as it looks. It's small. And why is that important? Because it's a reminder that the people inside that house would have heard something. It's a wide open plain. It's a flat yard. And Matt McCabe, who loves looking out of windows at parties, just stands there and looks out windows, certainly would have seen a dead body on the front lawn. It's impossible. No way. No way. So what did Coffindaffer say? Somebody said she just, I got to go find her tweets. So I got to log into an account that she hasn't blocked yet. Excuse me for one moment while I do that. Okay. And let's see. Coffindaffer. Where'd she go? Jennifer Coffindaffer. Okay. So she has responded. She's posting about weird shit. I don't see it. Somebody said she posted an hour ago. Is it a reply? Did she do a video? Oh, somebody posted her as the Pink Panther. Okay. So this is what she said. Papa Dafer otherwise tied up, but Coffin Panther was ready to roll. So she thinks this is funny. By the way, the homeowner was furious about this. Really nice lady. She didn't think this is funny at all. Like, why are you on my property doing this? What kind of grown-ass adult does something like that? I have been occupied at a charity tournament for domestic violence victims for 3 days. That she really cares about domestic violence. That's why she's taken up the cause of a woman who, disgraces all actual domestic violence victims by repeatedly pretending to be a victim of domestic violence with every man she's ever been with. So Jennifer Coffindaffer, when she pretends to care about domestic violence, she does not give a fuck about domestic violence at all. At all. She just likes to say she's at a charity thing for domestic violence. That's all this is. Okay. And I've gotten a kick out of the latest as the true crime world turns. So she thinks this is funny. One photo snapped from the vantage point of partygoers the night John O'Keefe died. It was clear from this vantage point, no way to see his body. First of all, she didn't point it. She didn't point her camera at the street where John's body was. She pointed it towards the side. And has she posted that picture? Can we see it, Jennifer? Let's see what it looks like. So Matt McCabe somehow was looking towards. How did Matt McCabe look out the window and look to the side? How does that work, Jen? Clear from this vantage point, no way to see his body, particularly in snow, 1 inch, and darkness. But Matt McCabe could see V-shaped tire tracks in the snow, but he couldn't see the body. Okay. I mean, is this a serious person? I mean, she's not a serious person. She's just a dishonest person. That's all she is. This is stupid that you can't see a dead body on your front lawn, but you can see V-shaped tire tracks. Okay. It's ridiculous. Particularly in snow and darkness, running toward their vehicles in a storm. Oh, is that why she ran? Oh, that's why she ran. She ran because she was testing out whether they would have been running to their cars. So she must have been, and what a liar. Then she goes, legally, you can approach any house. Please read Massachusetts state law if you have any questions. So she's not even, first of all, legally, you can approach any house. This is the same dishonest hack who's acting like clutching her pearls when I approached Jennifer McCabe's house and approached Michael Proctor's house. I didn't even, one time I rang their doorbell, and when we held the peaceful protest, we just stood on the street. We didn't even go on their property at all. So she's like, not even sorry. Legally, I can do whatever I want legally. The bitch, then why were you running? Why were you running then if you didn't think you did something wrong? I mean, it's like the homeowner doesn't think. This is what a piece of shit this cunt is. That's what she is. Oh, Tom, sorry, I don't like the word cunt. She's a cunt. Okay? That's all she is. This is what a cunt this woman is. Like, she's not even sorry about it. Like, this woman's clearly upset. She's the homeowner. She's made it clear she's upset about this. And she thinks it's funny. This is just funny to her. But anyway, so that's Coffin Doofus. Okay. Real quick, how many? We got a good audience tonight, man. Almost 5,000 on YouTube. Don't forget to smash that like button or thumbs up button, whatever. And again, if anyone wants to donate to Turtle Chat, I got a couple Turtle Chats to read here before we move on to the next thing. You can click at the link at the top and write whatever message you want, and I will read it out loud to the class. Patty sends $25 and says, happy birthday to your daughter. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know, you miss them when they're younger. Like, I love her now. She's great. But like, I mean, when they were 3, you just wish they could be 3 forever, don't you? They're just like, so they're the best when they're 3. They turn into people as they get older, right? A little attitude here and there, right? And you still love them the same, but you look back at the old videos and you're like, oh man, when there was no attitude when you were 3. So anyway, but we all love them the same, don't we? We all love them the same. All right. So thank you for that one, Patty. Jared sends $5 and says, did you see the circulation of Lunchbox Lally asking a witness who, if anyone, is driving the ambulance to the hospital? No, I did not see that. It must have been a Scrivener's error. Thank you. Christina sends $5. Says, do we know who had access to Karen's car after she left Fairview via ambulance to be sectioned? Her car was at One Meadows Avenue, and it was just sitting there. And there's ring camera footage at One Meadows of her coming back with her family to get the car. And I think her brother drives the car home from there. So thank you, Christina. John sends $10 and says, considering Canoni canceled jury duty on the day you had a hearing in Dedham District Court, do you think she told Jackson and Yannetti not to let with any of the 10 family seats? I don't understand the question, but thank you very much, John. I appreciate that. Kyle sends $5 and says, anonymous Twitter gangsters are awesome until they realize that VPN isn't all that protective. Don't be the next Patrick S. Spineless little bitches. You the man, Unc. And by the way, Wigga, please, Eggs Benedict. Is that really a thing at Denny's? They have a meal called Wigga, please, because that's awesome if they do. Oh, my God. All right, thank you. Scott sends $5 and says, I love it. Keep up the good fight. Free Karen Read, Turtleboy. Thank you very much, Scott. Tina sends $10, says, doesn't Coffindaffer have a long-distance lens on her camera? I don't know. It just seems dishonest. All right, we got a couple turtle chats here. First one, we got $10 here. It says, shout out to Ryan and family in Duxbury. Congrats on your first communion. The support down the South Shore for Turtleboy and Karen is overwhelming. Oh, that's so nice to see. Happy first communion, Ryan. Congratulations. Any cash apps here? We got Frank sends $5 and says, Katie McLaughlin is a lying whore. No lies detected. None. Bruce sends $5 and says, hey, Mom, here comes that Turtleboy again. Tick, tick, boom. Yes, he does. Here he comes. So thank you very much for that. All right. If anyone else wants to donate, click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat or cash at me at $sign Uncle Turtleboy. Before we get into Katie McLaughlin, that lying hoe, I want to talk about what happened to me the other day at Castle Island. We talked about this on Turtle Club, but if you didn't see this video, and I'm not just showing this because it's funny. I think it tells us a lot about the McAlberts. This video here of where'd it go? The trade is all right. Tristin Morris. So if you don't know the background of this, so I'm in Castle Island in Southie, right? And we're going to this place called Sullivan's to get lunch after lunch break during court. So I go there and I see this guy inside and I'm like, he looks familiar. And I'm like, it kind of looks like that guy, Tristin Morris, who is Caitlin Albert's boyfriend. And I'm like, nah, just seemed a little too like, I don't know. I've never heard Tristin Morris speak before. His name's Tristin Morris. He sounds like that's one of the waspiest names I've ever heard in my life. Tristin Morris. Okay. And I don't know. I just assumed he was like a preppy kid. And this kid looked like he left his food stamps in his work boots or something. It's why you can't find him. Like he looks like one of those guys. And so I'm like, I think that's him, but I don't know. He looks a little too grizzled to be a Tristin Morris. So whatever. We go and got my clam chowder, went and sat on a bench, ate it, took like 20 minutes, enjoyed the beautiful day, and then walked around the castle. It was lovely. We had a great time. And finally, we're walking towards the car when all of a sudden the guy from inside, who I thought looked like Tristin Morris, comes over to me and he's like, you got something to say to me? And I said, pardon? Like, who are you? Do I have something to say to you? That depends on who you are. I don't know who you are. He goes, you know who I am. Sir, I've written about thousands of ratchets over the years. If you're one of them, which I presume you are from your confrontational demeanor here, you're going to have to narrow it down, young man. Okay. I can't say, I don't remember most of you. What was your nickname? What did I name you? I don't know. And he's like, I'm Tristin Morris. I'm like, oh, he goes, yeah, you got something to say? Yeah, I do. Okay, let's go. I messaged you in December. Yeah, I know what you wrote about me. You messaged me. Yeah, because I had questions for you. But now that you're here coming up to me, yeah, I got a lot to say. So let's start from the top. I go, where were you? First, my first question is like, why did your girlfriend change the time that she left the house from on Fairview Road from 12:15 to 1:45? And it says that you were with them at the waterfall bar that night. You got dinner with her and her mom, but then it doesn't say when. It says you picked her up at 12:15, which we now know is a lie. It was actually 1:45. So where'd you go? Like, where'd you go? Like, you were at the waterfall bar, but you didn't leave with them. So where'd you go? So you just went out, you left your girlfriend and then went out and did what? Then you came, picked her up. I'm like, so these are the questions I'm asking the guy. He wasn't expecting this. He thought that he could come over because he's got like arm tats and shit. And he'd be like, oh, this guy is scared the shit out of this turtle fucker. You know, he's an internet tough guy. You know, that's what he thinks I am. Internet tough guy. And I'm like, no, actually, I'm known for my balls of steel. Actually, I don't give a shit. I'm not afraid of anyone. Like, you don't scare me. I will confront anyone and anyone, anytime, anybody. I don't give a shit. You cannot scare me. I've been to jail. Okay. I'm good. I'm not scared of anyone. I begged to go to Gen Pop. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't put me in Gen Pop because they felt bad for the guys in there. So they wouldn't even put me in there. So anyway, he comes over and I'm like, yeah. So I started asking him these questions and he's like, I don't want to answer any of that. I don't want to talk about that. What the fuck did you think we were going to talk about? Like, you're a McAlbert. I literally, my only interest in you is the Karen Reed case. What else are we going to talk about? Like your favorite place to get a steak and cheese? Like, what are we going to do? We're going to shoot the shit, talk about the Red Sox. What are we going to do? And so he starts like walking away. Okay, fine. And so the person I was with, I think a lot of people know that is, starts filming. She started filming him. And because she thought that, like, who's this guy? Like, is this guy going to fucking try to fight him? She wanted to get it on film. And so she saw that she was taping it, right? And he told her to put the camera away. And I go, and I'll show you, like, I got this on tape right here. Let me play this. This is how it started. Oh, wait, wrong one. There it is. Yeah, see, like, look at this kid. Like, I envision this guy. This is the guy I thought I was getting. Waspy McGee here. Look at him. Like, look at this kid. That kid's not, like, I look at this kid, like, that kid went to Zavarian, probably, I'm assuming. The kid didn't go to public school. Look at him. Look at this guy. Like, this guy, that's, and I'm like, this is the kind of guy that Brian Albert wants marrying his kid. Somebody different, right? Somebody who's like not a hardo that can, like, you know, he's going to be a financial analyst or something like that. Like, this is not what Tristin Morris is like in real life. I feel fooled. I thought Tristin Morris was like the guy that was supposed to get Caitlin Albert out of like the Albert life or something. No. It turns out he's like the perfect Albert in training. That's what he is. He does not look like this in real life. This is false advertising. I mean, look at this bro. This guy he looks like somebody you'd see at the tennis club or something like that. Look at him. Okay. Salmon colored shorts. Exactly. And look at him. That's not what I expect. And I wasn't expecting this. This is what I ended up getting. Is this guy. This guy instead. That's a very different guy. So anyway, she starts taping him, okay? And this is kind of how it ends.
Who are you? You know who I am. Why are you filming?
You know who I am.
You just came up to him really aggressive, and I just want to have a camera so that anybody's like debating it.
I asked you a question. That's it. She started recording. It's fine. And I was being genuine. No, I don't trust.
He goes, I was being genuine. You don't have to film it. Okay, fine. You know, the dude tells me, I'm like, I'll take him at his word. You don't want to, not everyone wants to be on film. If he wants to have a conversation, we can have a conversation, because I get that some people think that I'm like performing for the camera. I'm not. I'm genuinely interested in the answer to this. Like, I want to ask this guy questions and I want answers to them. Nice. We cracked the 5,000 mark tonight. Nice to see, by the way. So anyway, I put the camera away. Okay. I honor my word here. And I start asking him questions. He doesn't like the questions. He doesn't like the topic, walks away. Well, next thing you know, okay, good. We're done. He didn't want to talk. We're done here. But because he's a McAlbert in training, he had to get the last word. Yeah. Fourth toughest guy in Canton right there. Fourth toughest guy in Canton. He's on the list. Obviously, Brian Albert's number one. Colin Albert's probably number two. I don't, definitely Matt McCabe's way at the bottom, but I don't know. Fourth toughest guy in Canton. Tristin Morris. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with him. Oh, Gooley's number 3. And then Tristin Morris. That's the official power rankings of tough guys in Canton. And so he starts walking away. And because he's a McAlbert, he's got to get the last word. And he goes, Karen Reed did it. And they love to say that. They love to, like, that's like a fuck your mother. Like, that's the way of saying fuck your mother. I fucked your mother, Turtleboy. You know, Karen Reed did it. Fuck your mother. Okay. Well, now it's on. Okay. You know, it's like taking a shot at my manhood. It's the cause I've taken up, the free Karen Reed. You know, she's 100% innocent. And we got this guy over here saying Karen Reed did it. And I can't let him do that. Now I got to respond. And so now that's his way of saying, let's fuck. And so I'm like, I never turn down a good fucking. It's fucking time. Let's go. And so I get the camera out, and then this is what happens. This is how it goes down. Yeah, he poked the turtle. I begged him not to.
I mean, Karen Reed is completely innocent. You know that, though, right?
Why are you filming me now?
Well, I mean, you just said Karen Reed did it, right?
Actually, you know what I want to watch this on? Twitter, because you got to see this. The amount of views it's gotten. It's amazing the amount of views this got. Hold on. By the way, look at this. I was going jogging in the Southie projects, and I see this. It's like the streets are calling me, baby. Daddy's here. Is that awesome? That's real too. Somebody messaged me and was like mad. I was like disrespecting the projects or something like that. You're not really from here. Yeah, no shit. But I'm taking a picture anyway. Go fuck yourself, you humorless asshole. Okay. And so I wanted to show this one because look at how many views it's gotten. 4.2 million views.
I mean, you were walking away and you had something to say.
You got to fucking film me?
Well, I'm just curious. You just told me Karen Reed did it.
You got to film me?
I mean, you just told me she did it, right? All I wanted to know was why did Caitlin Albert change her story from leaving at 12:15 to 1:45?
Nobody wants you here. Get the fuck out, man.
I'm just asking. I mean, you confronted me. You confronted me.
Here. I'm from here. You're not. I'm not. You can get the fuck out.
So she does live there. That's who I was with. He's like, she does. He tells her to get the fuck out because he's like, you're not. What do you say? You're not even from here. What is this guy saying again? Like again, let's replay that part.
12:15 to 1:45.
Nobody wants you here. Get the fuck out, man.
I'm just asking. I mean, you confronted me. You confronted me.
I'm from here, he says. I'm from here. Fact check. He went to Canton High School. Fact check. Definitely not from here. Apparently, he lived here when he was younger, like 8 or something like that. That doesn't count. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. I used to live in, when I was 4, we lived in Indianapolis for a bit.
I'm from here. You're not.
That doesn't count. He goes, I'm from here. You're not. Meanwhile, she's lived here for 10 years. She's officially yuppie. And this guy's like, I'm from here. You know, he's like one of those guys. Like, yo, you know, I'm from the back in the old days when the neighborhood was run by Whitey and them. You know, Winter Hill gang. That's where I'm from. I'm not like you yuppies in here. You guys all moved in here and gentrified the whole place. Drove the rent up. The working man can't even afford to live around here. So we all had to buy property in Canton. You feel me? You feel me? Yeah, I don't like you yuppies. So he's real mad. He doesn't like the yuppies, apparently. I'm from here. Yeah, sure, I live in Canton, but I still come back to Sully's to get my cheeseburger every Tuesday. Yeah. How about that? It keeps it real. I just come here to keep the yuppies in line and remind them that, Tristin Morris still runs shit around here. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. I might live in Canton and I might be banging some townie broad, all right? But that don't mean when the Tristan's away, the yuppie's going to play. Not going to happen. Not on my watch.
I'm not. You can get the fuck out of here.
I mean, was Caitlin in that?
Yeah. Why is he fucking recording me?
And you're not from here. That's the mentality. That actually tells us a lot more about how the McAlberts think than anything. And I really do believe this, right? They believe that if you're not from Canton, and this is how they view Canton, they're from here. You're not from here. Karen Reed, you're not from here. John O'Keefe, you're not from here. Go back to Braintree. Take that shit back to Braintree, okay? Jump on 93 North and go to Braintree. We don't like that shit here in Canton, all right? And that's how they view people like John O'Keefe and Karen Reed, as like, you're not from here. You're not one of us. You don't understand how shit runs around here. The Alberts run shit around here, okay? The Board of Selectmen, you got to be on the entire Board of Selectmen, Canton High School graduates, all of them. Besides, obviously, Trish Boyden now. I don't even know where she's from, but she's new. Reformer. And then the police department, like 80% of their police department went to Canton High School. It's not like this everywhere. I'm from Holden, Massachusetts. I live in Holden, Massachusetts. No one in Holden is actually from Holden. Everyone's from Worcester or Fitchburg, and they just want to get the fuck out of Worcester or Fitchburg, and that's why Holden has a population. And it's like, there's no, like, we're not a town. It's like not every town is a towny town. Canton is like this. They view it as their shit. They don't like new people coming in and mixing shit up. Like when Angela Chan O'Donnell stood up at that Board of Selectmen meeting back in like May when this shit first started going down, the looks that she got from the cheese hogs in the front row and Bernie Albert looking over like, who the fuck's this broad talking? I don't know her. She's not from here. She's moved here. We run shit here. Chris is on the Board of Selectmen. Everybody goes D&E pizza, grab a slice and a mediocre chicken parm. That's how it works. So they view people like John, and this is why, and dude, I'm telling you, it's like a fucking cult in Canton. Like nothing I've ever seen. And we saw it with Katie McLaughlin, and we're going to get into that, obviously. The way these people protect each other is freaking insane. Insane. The loyalty they all have to each other. If you're, quote unquote, from here. If you're from here, you can do anything you want. They're going to protect you because you're from here. Like this really told us a lot, this mentality this guy has.
Yeah,
was Caitlin in the house when they murdered John?
Stop. What the fuck are you doing?
Was Caitlin in the house when they murdered John?
Calling the cops.
All right, let's get him down here. Let's talk.
Such a fucking pussy. You really are.
How am I a pussy?
Don't call people pussies on the cops.
So I'm just curious. Why did she change her story? Why did Caitlin change her story from leaving from 12:15 to 1:45? I'm just curious. I mean, I was gonna walk away, and then you had to say the thing about Karen did it.
I asked you a question. That's all I asked.
No, but you walked away and you said,
I said no.
Well, then you had the
Hey, I got a 5'2" man.
5'2". He's got.
Oh, they love to say that. They love to say I'm 5'2". 5'8 3/4. Let's be very clear about that. All right, and it's like, I'm not the tallest guy in the world. I get that, but like, it's not that small. I get to go on all the rides. I get to do everything I want. Okay. And so 5'2", bit of an exaggeration, but I get it. I'm not as tall as you, Tristan. I'm not 6, whatever. Okay. I get it. I'm not covered in arm tattoos. I'm not from here. Right. But I'm also not scared of you. I want to make that very clear. You don't scare me at all. He calls me like a rat or something like that. Did he say the rat part yet? Calling the cops. Yeah, he wasn't really on the phone with the cops. He did, but it's just so ironic to call someone else a pussy while calling the cops over nothing. Like what? I wanted the cops to come because I'm gonna be like, oh, I can't wait for this. What's the charge going to be, officer? What are we doing here? You know, what's the charge going to be? I don't know.
Jokes. He's got jokes. Why aren't you on the Canton? Why aren't you on the Canton PD list anymore? Nah.
It is.
Probably just gonna stay
80th percentile.
But I'm just curious. Why'd you pick her up at 145?
Yeah, I'm at the beach.
And what'd she tell you? Why'd you say Karen did it?
5'2".
How come? Why are there dog bites on John? Do you know where Chloe is by any chance? Don't you live in Easton? I thought you lived in Easton.
Where's Chloe?
And don't you drive? You drive a car that's very similar to a Ford Edge that was seen parked outside 34 Fairview Road at 3 a.m. No?
Yeah.
No? I mean, I'm just curious.
No, I don't. No.
He's not even
You're
really
calling the police right now?
Yeah.
And telling them what?
And tell them there's a small, strange man harassing me.
I mean, I'm just asking you questions. You came up to me, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't even recognize you. You had to tell me who you were. I didn't even recognize you. You were Tristin Morris.
I told you. I told you to put the cameras away.
And I said no.
I came up to you. I said no cameras.
And then I agreed to it. But then you said the smart aleck comment when you walked away about.
Make a smart fucking.
You said Karen Reed did. I didn't say anything. I just asked you a question. What'd you say?
You're a fucking maggot. You're a maggot.
He definitely did. He definitely didn't say maggot the first time.
I didn't say anything. I just asked you a question. What'd you say?
He did not say maggot there. He said faggot. He definitely said faggot. The more I hear that. But then he corrected himself. He's like, oh shit. It's not 1998. You can't be calling people faggots in public like that.
When you walked away about
you
said Karen Reed did. I didn't say anything. I just asked you a question.
Yeah, that's faggot.
You're a fucking maggot.
Yeah, then he's like, I'm like, wait. And he's like, no, I said you're a fucking maggot. Not you said faggot. You definitely said faggot. But okay.
Maggot.
Not really. I mean, but I mean, I'm just curious.
You're a maggot.
How am I a maggot?
You're a fucking maggot.
How so?
Like you don't punch your fucking head in.
Really? Like you guys did to John? You guys like?
I mean, it's like, talk about having a lack of awareness. If your family right now is kind of famous for, beating the shit out of John O'Keefe and throwing him on the front lawn, and you're trying to be like, no, we didn't do that. It was actually Karen Reed. We would never harm a fly. We certainly don't go around punching people who aren't from here. That's not our thing. If you're on film with Turtleboy of all people, he's filming you, don't threaten to punch him because it's going to make you sound and look exactly like the person I've been portraying you to be, like exactly like it. They can't even help themselves. If they're willing to threaten to punch somebody in broad daylight with all women and children and shit around and elderly people, think of what they do to somebody like John O'Keefe, who's not from here, behind closed doors after a bunch of alcohol's in you. And then he disrespects one of the people. Like the third toughest guy in Canton gets disrespected in the house. Brian Albert can't have that, obviously. Can't have it. So you might end up getting murked.
Like punching people. I know you like punching people.
Get the fuck away from me.
I mean, are you gonna do what you guys did to John O'Keefe? How you murdered him?
Get the fuck away from me.
I mean, I'm just curious.
Get the fuck away from me.
Are you gonna punch me? You said you're gonna punch me. I'm just curious why. Why do you guys always resort to punching? Why does everything have to be so confrontational with the McAlberts? And you want to punch me, you can punch me.
Why would I do that?
I mean, you're on the phone talking to the police and you're threatening to punch me. I'm a rat? Yeah, you guys don't like it when people rat, right? When people tell the truth? That's what you call people who tell the cops the truth, right? Rat. I'm a rat. That's what you guys call people who tell the cops the truth, right? A rat?
The fuck out of here.
But seriously, I mean, you came up to me and wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, I said off camera.
Yeah, and I agreed, and I was respectful to you. And then you walk away and you go, Karen Reed, and then you go, Karen Reed did it, by the way. Karen Reed didn't do it. Karen Reed's a completely innocent woman.
Guy with the camera on.
I'm not tough at all. I'm just a reporter asking questions.
I just wanted to debate.
I'm just a reporter asking questions.
Big deal.
I mean, so why doesn't John have any injuries below his nose?
He's so mad.
And why did Caitlin tell police she left at 12:15 if she really left at 1:45?
Do you think at this point he is reevaluating his decision to come over and start shit with me? He seems really frustrated. He can just walk away at any point. Like he's like reevaluating, like, should I? This is not going as I planned. He thought that he could just come over and scare me. And clearly it's not working out as he thought it would.
Why did she do that? I don't get it.
Shut the camera off.
I mean, are you protecting Brian? Who did it? Who killed John?
All right, dude.
You know, come on. I know you know. I know you know.
A little bit.
You think that you don't think John O'Keefe's family deserves justice?
Wants you over here, dude.
I mean, I want to know. Do you think John O'Keefe's family deserves justice?
Wants you over here. Get the fuck out of
Do you think John O'Keefe's family deserves justice? Yes or no? Do they?
Yeah.
Do you think Karen Reed should go to jail for a crime that your girlfriend's family committed? I mean, were you in the house that night? Were you in the house that night when John was murdered?
Yes, that's all I want to know.
Because I'm just curious. You were with them at the Waterfall bar.
Thank you.
He's literally hiding behind elderly women. He's hiding behind elderly women. Look at that.
Nobody wants
his family killed his girlfriend's family murdered Officer John O'Keefe, and I'm just wondering why. I mean, he came up to me. I didn't seek him out. I didn't even recognize him. But anyway, Tristan, we're gonna head out of here, buddy. Good luck with the police.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Look right in front of a kid. Look at that. Right in front of a woman with a kid.
Real nice language. All right. See you later.
A little bit.
I'm just see you later.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my time with Tristan. So now we're going to get into the Katie McLaughlin stuff. Let me read a couple turtle chats first. First one is from Tanya. Sends $10 and says, "Nice to see someone do a selfless act, paying for breakfast and not need recognition." Yeah, that was amazing. Amazing to see. So thank you. Hopefully they're watching. Next one is from Carrie. Sends $20. Says, "Don't feel like you're not recognized. You're the reason why we're here. Get Turtleboy in the courtroom." Oh, Carrie from Grafton. Love Carrie from Grafton. She sent me some nice messages in jail. And our kids play soccer against each other, and her team won by a lot. So thank you, Carrie from Grafton. I appreciate that. I'd love to get in the courtroom. Don't get me wrong. But it's not my choice. So it's not up to me. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'd love to get in that courtroom. I'd love to just feel it. I feel like I've earned it, but that's a different story for a different time. All right. Thank you, Carrie. MJ sends $10 and says, "Balls of steel for sure. Also, you're Irish. Always welcome in Southie. You got no quit, and we love you for it." Well, thank you very much, MJ. I appreciate that. Karen sends $20 and says, "Loved your interview on Sirius XM Patriot Channel." I know. Yeah, check that. I was on Breitbart the other day. It was good. I was in Breitbart. And with Matt Boyle. It's really good. Great interview. And he's going to be doing a big story on it. And he says, "The Milo idea of praying the gay away at the protest had me crying. Happy birthday to your daughter." Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. Getting like Milo Yiannopoulos to come down there to test this protest shit and have them. We were going to make an announcement that Milo is going to do a speech at the Dedham Public Library about how to pray the gay away, because Milo is a self-hating homosexual man. And he's like an anti-gay homosexual. And I wanted to do that, not because I think you could pray the gay away, but because it would attract counter protesters. And like Antifa shows up wherever Milo goes. So that it would put the buffer zone to a test, right? If all these protesters came down. So that's what I was thinking about doing. Right. So, okay. Do we have any more turtle chats here? Yeah, we got one from Mike, sends $10 and says, "Happy Sunday. First week of the trial was insane. How is Katie McLaughlin not in trouble for lying under oath? Does she think the jury wasn't there for some of her testimony? These answers don't count, or Saraf for that matter. I can't wait for the big players to get grilled." I know. Thank you for all your work. Seriously, bro. We're going to get into all that tonight. And, we'll see. Okay. All right. Got a couple cash apps here. Let's see. Aaron sends $25 and says, "Tell Tristin Morris to go fuck his dead aunt." Okay. Thank you, Aaron O'Brien. Lori sends $10 and says, "Katie is a lying hoe." That she is. She is, in fact, a lying hoe. Jessica sends $10 and says, "When you back on the dating market?" Not anytime soon, Jessica. Thank you. Appreciate that. And yeah, okay, cool. All right. If anyone else wants to donate, you can click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat and donate whatever you want and leave a comment, or you can cash at me at $Uncle Turtleboy, And no matter what, I will read your message out loud to the class. We got a nice audience here. We got 5,200 people watching right now on YouTube. We got another 162 Rumble Rats. And I don't even know how many people are watching on twitter.com right now. How many people we got over there? It says, I'm not sure how accurate this is, 5,000 people. So got over 10,000 people watching. That's great to see. Moving up in the world. So let's talk about Katie McLaughlin and her insane bullshit lying testimony, because there's a lot to get to here. So we know by now, back in May, on May 30th of last year, I was the first to report the story, right? Because I was really reading all the court documents, unlike a lot of people that are on the McAlbert side. I've actually read all the court documents on this. And one of the things I noticed was this testimony from, because basically the three things that they have on Karen Read are the taillight, which is bullshit, the angry ex-girlfriend, the crazy bitches be crazy, right? That angle, the motive, and I hit him. That's it. That's the totality of the evidence against Karen Read. All of them have been debunked this week, but they love the third one. They love I hit him. It's all they're talking about. They don't want to talk about the taillight, because the taillight's not going to go well for them if they get in the taillight talk. So they want to talk about I hit him. And everybody's got a different story. Not one of the 5 cops there that day heard anything about I hit him. None of them reported hearing that. Jennifer McCabe didn't initially report hearing that either. She suddenly remembered at 9 a.m. while Karen Read was sectioned involuntarily in the hospital. She suddenly remembered that Karen Read said something to the extent of, could I have hit him? Did I hit him? And so she called her friend, Michael Lank from the Canton Police Department. And Michael Lank, Canton High School, class of 1990, come on down. He's a sergeant, I believe, at the time. He got promoted after beating the shit out of the Lapalata brothers and costing the taxpayers a whole bunch of money in settlement. He got promoted for that. And so Lank comes down, and, they give this statement to Lank, and, all of a sudden, Karen Read allegedly said, I hit him. What? But on January 30th, the day afterwards, Michael Proctor decides to interview Katie McLaughlin. Now, we know he's interviewed a whole bunch of firefighters since then, but all of those firefighters that he interviewed were February 8th on. Nuttall was on February 8th, and I don't know, Flametti came around that time too. But the first firefighter he wanted to speak to, and the only firefighter, how many of them testified? 5 or 6? The only one listed in the charging documents was Katie McLaughlin. And this was her story. This is her. Trooper Buchanan and Proctor interviewed Katie McLaughlin. She had been assigned, blah, blah, blah. They dispatched to Fairview Road. Upon arrival, she observed the victim to have trauma to his face and eye area and vomit in his mouth. Vomit in his mouth. How the fuck do you have vomit in your mouth from getting backed into by a car? I don't doubt that he had vomit in his mouth. I don't doubt that when they hit John in the back of the head inside that house, he started puking. And that's why there's puke on his boxer shorts. How could there be puke on his boxer shorts if he's lying down on the ground like that? How does that, the science of that, riddle me that. But she notices puke on his shorts. And she observed the victim to be dressed in jeans, socks, and one black Nike sneaker. One. Where was the other shoe at the time? They didn't find it. Luckily, they found it 12 hours later after a foot of snow has fallen, because things become easier to find by police after a foot of snow falls in Canton. It's just a thing. You wouldn't understand. It's a Canton thing. So the victim's shirts were cut and the chest exposed for chest compressions. McLaughlin exited the ambulance to speak with the defendant as to the victim's identity and medical history. The defendant provided the victim's name and date of birth. Miss McLaughlin asked the defendant if she knew where the victim had suffered the trauma to his face and the eye. So she's like, okay, Miss Read, where did he get this? How did he get here? How did he get like this? How did he suffer this? And what's Karen Read's response to that, according to Katie McLaughlin? Turned to her friend, Jennifer McCabe, and stated repeatedly, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. That's it. So it doesn't even answer the question, just confesses to the crime. That's Katie McLaughlin's version of events. This is the strongest testimony against Karen Read, this woman. What she fails to disclose, and what Michael Proctor fails to disclose, is that she is a close personal friend of Caitlin Albert, whose house this body was found at. And Caitlin Albert, of course, was inside the house that night. She was at the waterfall that night. Her parents told Proctor that she left at 12:15. 12:15. 5 minutes before John O'Keefe arrived, coincidentally, right before the interesting stuff happened. So she wasn't witness to anything because she wasn't there. Well, in August of 2023, she was interviewed by police after testifying in front of the federal grand jury. And she said she left at 1:45 and that she was the last person to leave, except the last person to leave was actually Jennifer McCabe at 1:47. A lot of these people lie. Everybody lies. So she said she left at 1:45. And why would she suddenly change her testimony to put herself inside the house? And that's what I was asking Tristin Morris. Why would she put herself inside the house unless she got confronted by the feds with geofence data or some phone data that just puts her in the house at that time? Because they're liars. Thank you. They are all lying. People who are witnesses are not supposed to lie like this. Witnesses' stories are not supposed to change this often. Karen Read's story hasn't changed. It's been pretty much the same. But these people, their stories constantly change. Constantly. So anyway, that's what she fails to disclose, is that she's obviously a close personal friend of Caitlin Albert. So her testimony that Karen Read said this is very favorable to Brian Albert, because if Karen Read confessed to it, that means Brian Albert's not going to be a suspect, is he? Yeah. And they're not going to search his house because she confessed to it. They didn't arrest her at the scene. No one else heard her say this. But the problem is all the pictures that we have. Right? Here's an article I did the other day about this. And all sorts of pictures. This is the original picture I had that I published in May 30th of 2023. Them drinking Bud Light together or whatever at the beach, having a good time. Okay. I mean, they look like good friends there. And then there's this larger group picture. Here she is. Here Caitlin Albert is. We got there Caitlin's friends, acquaintances on Venmo. Katie McLaughlin is one of them. There was only 100, I think, and 7 Venmo friends that she had on there. Now, it doesn't mean that they're like, you can have Venmo friends that you've never sent money to before, but I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, in order to have a Venmo friend, you have to have them in your contacts, correct? Or else suppose she never transferred money with Katie McLaughlin before. I don't do Venmo. I'm banned from Venmo because I'm banned from Venmo and PayPal. I can't use it. I have the wrong opinions about like George Floyd and stuff like that. So I can't use it. So that's true. So I'm right. Oh, some people said no, but most are saying yes. So how else would it, unless you manually add them, I would assume they have to be in your contacts. So the mere fact that Caitlin Albert has Katie McLaughlin as a contact would seem to indicate that they know each other, right? I'm guessing. Anyway, what are people saying? I'm getting a message. Okay. Anyway, back to this. So, this is her. We're going to actually listen to that. No, we're going to get to that. all these pictures start coming forward. Here they are in a hot tub together. This is in July 24th, 2016 in Frenchman's Hole, Maine. It's like 5 hours away. She told police that she told, was it Alan Jackson, we're going to see, that, well, she did a day trip. That was a day trip. Never like an overnight. So nothing serious. So you went there for the day? This is like 4 hours from Canton. That's way up there, man. Northern New Hampshire, Maine border. Right there. That's July 24th. Here's July 22nd. So that's 2 days before. So it seems as if they spent the night somewhere. I think they spent the night. They must have got a hotel or something. And there they are, having a great time. I mean, that does look fun. I'd like to go there. Here they are in Mashpee on July 4th, 2026, a mere 2 or 3 weeks prior, drinking twisted teas, having a great time. Keep in mind, they graduated in 2014. So, I don't know about you guys, but like after I graduated, like there was, if you got pictures of them in high school, that doesn't prove that much because like you're kind of forced to become friends with the people you go to high school with, who's around. But if you remain friends afterwards and you're still like partying and drinking and stuff, like that's a friend. That's a real friend. I mean, maybe not best friend, but it's a friend. You're choosing to keep that association going. Here they are in 2017. Okay, again at the beach, having a great time. And I don't know what all these pictures are, or why people got rid of the people in them. But there they are, duck face. Got some duck face going on. Okay, they ran cross country together in high school. And I can tell you that, as a former cross country coach, cross country is a very tight-knit group because everybody does the same event and the same training. So they did cross country together, apparently. And so that was the first article. And then more pictures come out, like this one today I did. So here they are. I get sent this picture of Caitlin Albert. There she is. And 2 other friends and Katie McLaughlin. And I'm like, okay. At first I thought, let me zoom out. At first I thought, whose house is this? I mean, I thought it was like a suburb. I mean, it looks too nice for a kid's house. Those are nice hardwood floors. It's a nice stainless steel appliances, right? Looks too nice for college kids. So I assume this is like some Canton home, but it's definitely not Fairview Road because Fairview Road looks like shit inside. And, so I'm like wondering whose house this is. But as it turns out, it's none of their houses. You'll notice that Caitlin Albert in this picture is wearing no shoes. The others are, which would lead you to believe that this is her abode, right? Walking around shoeless. And that's correct. Because as soon as I posted this picture on Twitter, I got 3 DMs from people who all went to Bridgewater State College. And they told me that I've been in that house before. That's a party house. That was Caitlin Albert's apartment at Bridgewater State University. Okay, so this is at Bridgewater State. So they go, this picture was taken in either 2017 or 18. I got the part with the vans wrong. That was fake news. I got to take that part out. Those shoes actually came out in 2017 that the girl on the far right is wearing. So this picture is either 2017 or 18. This picture was taken. Her senior year at Bridgewater State. Do you understand how good friends you have to be with somebody to visit them in college? I don't think we understand. It's like the other 2 girls there, their names were, I found out their names. Their names are Nina Howe and Liv Lombardi. They're not from Canton. These are Caitlin's college friends. And Nina Howe, actually, her dad owns the property that Tristin and Caitlin rent now, I'm told, in Easton. So, but either way, they're her college friends. Katie McLaughlin did not go to Bridgewater State, which means she's visiting. Do you understand how close friends you have to be with somebody to visit them at college? Like go to their house, like several years after high school. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I went to UMass Amherst, so I rarely left because everybody wanted to come to UMass. Nobody wanted to leave UMass. So I went, if I visited, like I had a friend that went to Providence College, but he was a really good friend. I had one that went to Springfield College. He was a pretty good friend. And I would visit them. And those are the only people I visited. Those are the only colleges I ever went to, was Springfield and Providence. I had a bunch of, friends from high school, like not close friends from high school that I partied with in high school and all that stuff, that went to Westfield State. We called that like the South High School Extended Program, Westfield State. Everybody went to Westfield because it's like Westfield's where you go when you're like from Worcester and you want to get, you can't get, you know what I mean? Like you got a lot of B minuses, 1,000 SATs, something like that. And, you want to have the dorm experience, but, a lot of B minuses. So you go to Westfield State. And so everybody I knew went to Westfield State pretty much. But like, I didn't know them that well. I never once visited Westfield State. Like they were friends, but they weren't like my best friends. Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't visit them. I never went to Westfield, even though it was not far from UMass. Never went there. Because you only have time to visit somebody in college when you're in college. That's a close friend, man. If you're visiting, that means you graduated 4 years ago and you've kept this bond going, this friendship going for like 4 years. You continue, you seek each other out. You still talk to each other, right? Like it's not, you ain't visiting some rando that you went to high school with that you haven't seen in 3 years. You're good friends. Like the visiting of the friend in college is like a big step in the relationship. It is. You are a close friend if you're doing that. Now, most of the people who, on the other side, they didn't go to college, so they wouldn't understand this. But I've been to college before. Best 6 years of my life. I know what it's like. And here they are again in this picture. Obviously a little younger, but dude, it's crazy. The prom. Yeah, there's that. Now, I love this. Acquaintances. I love this. This was the funniest. Shout out to Laura for that. That one's brilliant. Now, we got a new picture that's been making the rounds. Even though, because she's like, I barely know this chick. Haven't shared this one yet. It's been making the rounds on social media. Got another one, and these are going to keep popping up. From Melissa Marie Hood. Okay. Well, this appears to be, I don't want to offend anyone, particularly the girl in the middle, but I believe this is a baby shower. I hope it's a baby shower, or else there'd be some mad bitches out there mad at me for this. It looks like a baby shower. Okay. Because she's holding the baby. I mean, I hope this is a baby shower. So, bro. And then over here, who do we got at the baby shower? And since when did Katie McLaughlin get like sexy? She looks way sexier here than she did on the stand the other day. She looked rugged on the stand, did she not? She had bags under her eyes. Not a good look. She looks sexy here, like real sexy. Too bad she's a heartless cunt, but she looks sexy here. And there she is with Caitlin Albert. Dude, this is 2000. What's the date on this? 2021. 2021. There they are. Partying together. No, at a baby shower. That's the other thing. And so this is 7 years out of high school now. And you've done the college thing together. You stuck by. You're still good friends. And now we're on the next round. Like friends are starting to get married. Bitches are getting pregnant. This is the new thing we're doing now together. This is like a lifelong friendship these two are building. These are close friends, man. These are real close friends. Dare I say besties? Dare I say? So that's the background we're dealing with here. Now let's go to the testimony. Let's see what she says under oath in court. Let's watch her testimony with Alan Jackson, the master cross-examiner. Does anybody think that Karen Read is not in the best of hands? Is anybody worried? You shouldn't be. I know she's probably not that worried after this week because these are the best witnesses the Commonwealth had, the firefighters, because who's going to question a firefighter? Well, it turns out that fire department is filled with filthy liars. I mean, they might be able to put out fires good or give, junkies like whatever, like, some Narcan. They might be good at that, but they're a bunch of filthy liars. Like they're filthy liars, a bunch of these guys. Okay. And I would feel so like, dude, Alan Jack, if this is the kind of homework they did on these people, like they went through all of their reports, they had all of their lies ready to go, and just think of what they're going to do, Jennifer McCabe. Think of what they're going to do to Alan Jackson. Just think of it. So let's watch what they do to a bit player like Katie McLaughlin.
He responded to the call, an unresponsive mailing snow at 34 Fairview. That was the best you recall.
Correct.
The house you just looked at, that is in fact 34 Fairview, right?
Correct.
As Mr. O'Keefe was being transported by ambulance, you were instructed by firefighter Flamati to get information about the victim from Karen Read, correct?
He wasn't being transported by the ambulance at that time. He was on the stretcher. And Tony, who was at the head of the stretcher, asked me to get information from Miss Read about the patient, but he wasn't being transported in the ambulance at that time.
Who's Tony?
Firefighter Flamati.
Got it. When you did, in fact, did you follow those directives?
I did.
When you finally approached Miss Read in order to get that medical history as best you could, what did the scene look like? Who was with you or around you?
So they started to move the stretcher towards the
ambulance.
ambulance.
Oh, look at that face. Look at that face, dude. If looks could kill. She is grilling her, man. Grilling her like, you fucking bitch. You want to lie on me? You want to lie on me? But keep going, bitch. Dig your own grave. She knows exactly what's happening here. Oof. She's pissed. I mean, wouldn't you be pissed if you were her too? All this shit, all this money, all this murder, all this framing. She's had enough. And she's not here for it. She's like, she expected people like Proctor to lie. What's this lying hoe lying for?
Miss Read was sort of, I guess I would describe it as moving around the scene. So she was moving, kind of going in circles. So I was really just focused on her, trying to get her to converse with me and get those questions. So that I wasn't really noticing anything else at that point. I was more just trying to contact her, and she was moving around.
What were you wearing at the time?
I had my like winter fire jacket on.
What color is it?
It's yellow and red.
Bright yellow for safety purposes.
Yes.
When you began your actual question, once everybody sort of stood still, you began your questioning of Ms. Read. You were standing in one spot, Ms. Read was standing to your right, is that right?
Well, the questioning started, as I said, she was moving around the scene. So the questioning was ongoing as she was moving around to different locations. I don't know exactly how many of the questions I got out during the time that she was moving around. At one point, we did come to a stop. And at that point, she was to my right.
That's the point I want to focus your attention on, if I could.
So Karen Read was to her right. So Karen Read's running around crazy. She's trying to ask her some questions, and she finally gets her, and Karen Read is to her right. And so what's she going to ask her?
You came to a stop. That's the point at which you recall a statement being made that you attribute to my client.
Yes.
Okay. And in that group, who was there? I want to make sure I understand this.
This is so, she's like, she said the I hit him statement while she was to her right, standing amongst people. Who was she standing amongst? Pray tell. Tell us.
So there was Miss Read to my right.
Okay.
There was a civilian woman to my left.
A civilian woman to her left. Who the hell is a civilian woman? What do you mean a civilian? Do not play dumb, girl. There was only 2 other women there, Carrie Roberts and Jennifer McCabe. Do not act like you have not been paying attention. Do not act like over 2 years later, you do not know who the woman standing next to you was. Stop it. Nobody believes you don't know who that was. Her name was Jennifer McCabe. And then who else was there?
Left. There was a police officer who was not directly across from me, but I would say maybe diagonal to me, closer to Miss Reed.
Okay, so a police officer was there as well. She does the hair thing. So a police officer was standing there when she said this, except I've read all the police reports. There isn't a single cop that says anything about I hit him in their police report. None of them.
John, I'm holding a photograph of this shows the Commonwealth there. Approach.
Yes.
I'll show you this McLaughlin, a still photograph. I'm going to ask you to take a quick look at that photograph and look up after you've studied it for a second and tell me if you recognize the in that photograph.
Yeah, that's me.
I recognize people in it.
May I publish, Your Honor?
Yes. Is this an exhibit or are you moving to introduce
I'm
it?
moving to introduce it. It has not been introduced as yet.
Okay. So go ahead and have the witness adopt it.
Sure. Do you see the person closest to frame? Closest to the camera?
Yes.
In what appears to be a yellow and red jacket?
Yes.
Who's that?
That would be me.
Who's to your right?
It appears to be Miss Reed,
And to your left?
a civilian woman.
And across,
There
as you
it
said,
is.
sort of diagonal, closer to Miss Reed.
So a civilian woman. So this is Karen Reed. This is Jen McCabe. This is Seraph, as you could tell, because it's like a 400-pound man. And so she knows that. She knows who the officer is. She's well aware of who that is. She's well aware that it's Jen McCabe. And this is the exact moment where she claims that Karen Reed said this. Yet nobody has it in their report except for her. Except for her. And did she tell police this at the time? No, she told Michael Proctor this. Michael Proctor sought her out. Of all the firefighters that were there that day, he only sought out the young 25-year-old woman who is good friends with Caitlin Albert. He sought her out for comment. The rest he didn't speak to until February 8th. So if she says on January 30th that Karen Reed said, I hit him, and they all seem to testify that this Karen Reed case is a topic of frequent conversation at the firehouse, one can surmise that it became common knowledge, if you will, through the game of telephone that Karen Reed said, I hit him. So if you start asking other firefighters a week later what she said, they're just going to say, oh, yeah, that's what she said, right? That's what Katie told. Yeah, that's what she said, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what, yeah. Did the police say anything? No, it doesn't matter. She was arrested on February 1st and charged. So then it was in the newspaper and in the media that Karen Reed had allegedly said these things like that. Katie McLaughlin's statement on January 30th is what got her charged. That's what got her charged. And so it's in the news by then. And then the rest just repeat the story.
Reed is
A police officer.
Do you know that officer's name, by the way?
I don't know his name.
Okay. Your Honor, with that, I would ask that this be marked as next in order.
Okay. Is there any objection?
No objection.
So we are going to remark these exhibits today because of the problems that I indicated at sidebar. How do you want to do this, Madam Reporter? I don't know where we stopped from. Tori, how many are in evidence? Folks, it's my responsibility to make sure the record is intact. And you've heard numbers 309, 247. We need to straighten this out to make sure it's appropriate for you. You know what, Madam Clerk, Madam Court Reporter, just mark it as the next exhibit number, whatever in the hundreds that is, and we'll take care of this today. I don't want to waste your time, folks, while we do this, but it's very important that we do it.
Exhibit 381.
All right. All right. So there was any objection to that from the Commonwealth?
No, it's all wrong.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Ms. McLaughlin, this is the time or the scene you told us about when you heard the statement that you've attributed to my client, correct?
Sorry, say that again?
Sure. This is a moment in time, it captures a moment in time when you're standing there. To your right is Karen Reed, which you've described. To your left is a civilian female, which you've described. And across from you is an officer, which you've also described.
Yes.
So this would be the time or close in time to the time that you heard the statement that you attribute to Ms. Reed, correct?
Yes.
The first time you ever made that official report, or an official report to law enforcement regarding that statement was January 30th, 2022, correct?
Yes.
Well, Yes and no. The statement was made in front of the police officer, so that would technically be the first time that statement was made to a police officer in my presence. And
so the statement was made in front of a police officer. Saraf. Did Saraf have that in his report? Nope. So he says, you lying, girl. How can all these people have different stories about such? So the police officer, she's saying, heard Karen Read say, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. And then somehow the police officer did not detain her. Just let her leave and let her take the murder vehicle wherever she wanted. Maybe so she could get rid of blood on it or something like this is what they want us to believe. This is what this lying hoe, Katie McLaughlin, would have us believe.
Then yes, I testified to it on January 30th, as you said.
You said it on January 30th. You weren't testifying under oath, correct?
Okay. Said it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
My question was really, and I appreciate you clarifying. My question was really the first time you actually told this statement to any law enforcement officer was on January 30th.
Yes.
Okay. We can take that down. That was when you met with Trooper Michael Proctor, correct?
Yes.
Obviously, that was very close in time to the event. It was the next day. Is that right?
Yes.
The events were close.
The 29th. Yeah. So it would be the next day.
The next day.
Right,
Yes.
29th, 30th.
Yeah.
Okay. The events were fresh in your mind at that time?
Yes.
You obviously knew about the importance of that interview. You knew that it dealt with a police officer who had passed.
I knew it was important to talk to the police about what I heard.
And you wanted to be accurate.
Yes.
You wanted to be as detailed as you possibly could.
Yep.
Yes.
And you understand that memories, obviously, they get a little worse with time, not better with time, right?
Sure.
The closer in time you are to the event, the fresher your memory is going to be about the details of that event. You would agree with that, right?
Sure.
You told Trooper Proctor the day after the event, on January 30th, that the statement that you attribute to my client was actually made to the female, not to you in response to your questioning. That's what you told Trooper Proctor, correct?
I don't have those notes in front of me, so I don't know that I can
Would
tell
you
you
like
that's
to-
correct.
he's got him. He's got
the
him.
statement was made in response to my question. However, the Miss Reed was looking at the civilian woman as she said that.
Does it refresh your recollection that
don't read what you think refreshes a recollection. You can show or you cannot read it.
She interrupts
Yes.
so much.
take a look, highlighted portions back and forth. And look up when you're finished.
Bitch, you said it right there. You said that.
Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Sure.
Yes.
Does that refresh your recollection about what you told Trooper Proctor on January 30th?
Yes.
And you told Trooper Proctor,
No,
quote,
let her.
in terms
If she hold on. I'll see it.
Auntie Bev to the rescue. Oh my God.
that's what's in the report.
Okay.
And you don't have to agree with me. I'm asking yes or no questions. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So in fact, what you told Trooper Proctor was that Karen Read looked at the female to your left and said 4 times, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him, correct?
Yes.
And have you since learned that the name or identity of the female that was standing to your left?
No.
Yes, you have.
You're aware that the female that was standing to your left reported the exact same statement?
No.
Are you aware that the female standing to your left reported that exact same statement as, could I have hit him? Did I hit him? Did I hit him?
No, I'm not aware of that.
You then went back to the ambulance after you.
Yeah, by the way, that's Jennifer McCabe. That's just a lie that she's like, no, I have no idea who the other person was. Stop it. Stop it. It's like you haven't been talking about the story. Like you don't know Gemma McCabe was there. I don't know who the other woman was that was there. It's not like Gemma McCabe's famous or anything from this. It's just such a liar. She's just such a liar. Why doesn't she just tell the truth? Like little lies like that make you think she's lying about everything. Once a liar, always a liar. Like why? Who lies during a murder trial like this? Like who does this? Oh.
You heard that statement. You believed you heard my client's statement.
Yes.
You opened the ambulance door, correct?
Yes.
The back door?
The side door.
The side door. And there were two firefighter paramedics in that ambulance at the time, correct?
I believe there were more than 2 at that time.
2 of them included firefighter Nuttall and firefighter Flamont.
Yes.
And at that point, you told them what you believed you had just heard.
So I went into the back of the ambulance. I said, this is his name. This is his date of birth. She says he doesn't have any medical history or allergies, doesn't take daily medications. And then I said, she's saying I hit him. And firefighter Nuttall motioned to his face and said something.
Ask another question.
So the answer to my question is yes, you told in front of Flamati and Nuttall the phrase I hit him.
Yes.
So the Flamati and Nuttall didn't hear her say I hit him. She told him that she just said that. She said that. She told him she said that.
You can write that in any report.
I don't write a report in this scenario of my job.
Let her finish the answer, please.
So there are two people that will write reports in my department on a call, one being the lead paramedic and the other being the officer who's on scene. So those are the people that write reports, and I was neither of those, so I did not write that in a report. Okay. That's correct.
So let me ask the question again. You didn't write it in any report?
No.
You didn't write it in any notes?
No.
You didn't document that statement in any way whatsoever, correct?
Other than my interview with Proctor and my subsequent testimony.
You didn't document that statement in any way yourself, did you?
No.
No, you didn't.
Since January 30th, in that conversation that we just talked about with Trooper Proctor, your statement has evolved.
Evolved.
Right?
Yeah, tell us about that.
I don't know how to answer that.
You testified yesterday to something quite different.
Ooh.
Not quite different.
Than what you testified, I'm sorry, what you stated to Trooper Proctor.
Respectfully, I think my testimony has been pretty consistent.
You testified to something yesterday quite different in context than what you told Trooper Proctor. Isn't that right?
I don't know that that's right.
Well, you told Trooper Proctor, Karen Reed, looked at a female standing to your left, said, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. Right?
Yes.
Yesterday, you told these jurors that Karen Reed said, I hit him. And an officer said, you what? And she repeated, I hit him. And the officer immediately turned and went to find another sergeant. Is that right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Her testimony from the first day was that Karen Reed said, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. And the officer, Seraph, now we know, went and said, get Goody down here. Remember that? Get Goody down here? As in Sergeant Good. Because she's a townie. She calls him Goody. Yeah, get Goody down here. Get Goody down here. Sean Good, class of 1998, Canton High School. Good friends with Jill Daniels and Courtney Proctor. They go way back. Courtney Proctor Elberg now. Go way back. Get Goody down here. Sergeant Goody. And that's what she said. But she didn't say anything like that in her initial statement to Proctor. Thus, her story has evolved.
No, there was more to that testimony.
That's not what you said yesterday?
I think I said more than that, than what you just repeated.
Is what I said consistent with what you said yesterday? There's a lot of things that you said more about. I'm asking, is that the sum and substance of what you told these jurors yesterday?
Yes.
So you would agree that from that time till yesterday, your story has evolved. It's changed.
Would I agree with that? I don't know that I agree with that.
You think the story that you told Trooper Proctor is exactly the same?
I understand what you're saying. So I understand what you're saying.
So has your story evolved?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What a moment that was. That's a clip right there. That's Alan Jackson in action right there. He got what he wanted. Has your story evolved? Yes, it has. That's what happened. Like, my story has changed. It's become more dramatic and more detrimental to Karen Reed. It has evolved over time. Yes, it has. All, like, you say that, like, look at her. She knows she done fucked up. The jury heard that. The jury heard that. She's not believable. And now they're thinking at this point, the jury must be thinking like, so you're just, okay. So she just fucked up her story changed over time. Like, she wasn't made, but she had no motive, right? Why would she change her story? Like, why would she make this up? Well, we'll find out in a minute.
Ms. McLaughlin, who's Caitlin Albert?
Oh, there we go.
I went to high school with,
and that was the moment when she's just like, oh fuck. She had to have known this was coming. She knew she was featured in part 44 of the Turtleboy Daily News Can't Cover Up series. She knows this moment's coming. She's had a year to prepare for this. What is she going to say about Caitlin? I know somebody named that.
Somebody named Caitlin Albert.
I know someone named that.
Somebody named Caitlin Albert.
I went to high school with somebody named Caitlin Albert.
Somebody named Caitlin Albert.
Do you know Caitlin Albert?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Caitlin Albert.
I would say more acquaintances.
More acquaintances. Again. Acquaintances. 2021. Baby shower. You guys go to baby showers with a lot of acquaintances and stand next to them and have your arm. They're just acquaintances. Sure, there's like dozens and dozens of pictures emerging of them together. They visit each other in college, but they are just acquaintances, guys. They barely know each other. And keep in mind, when she was giving this testimony on Friday, Alan Jackson didn't have these pictures. They're going to have these Monday. I'm going to see what, hopefully they do something with them.
Not close friends.
How do you describe the plans?
I would say that we have mutual friends, so we might see each other occasionally because of mutual friends, but we don't
mutual friends.
We don't have a one-on-one friendship or hang out regularly.
Who's her dad?
Who's her dad?
I don't know.
Bullshit. Who's her dad? I don't know. Bullshit. Nobody in Canton doesn't know who Brian Albert is and who his kids are. They're royalty in Canton. Stop it.
Do you know who her family is?
Objection.
Sustained.
Maybe approach one.
Yes.
Like, I knew what all my friends' dads did for work in high school. Like, I knew. Especially if they were a cop. Like, you know, you might not know what all your friends in high school did. Like, what all their friends' dads did for work, all of them. Like, if they were, you know, that guy wears a suit to work. I don't know what the fuck he does. He wears a suit to work, so you got to do something. But you knew who the cop dads were. Everybody and their mother know who the cop dads were. Because you want the cop dads, you want to roll with the kids who have the dad who's a cop. Because the keg party gets busted or something like that, you want to roll with him so you don't get in trouble, right? You want to go with the cop dad. Like, it's a get out of free jail card. And everybody knows that. I could tell you all my buddies in high school that had the cop dads. They walk. My buddy Hackett, his dad was a cop, right? You knew who the cop dads were, and everybody out there knows this. That's watching this right now. The kids that you went to high school with, who had cop dads, you knew who they were. You also knew firefighter dads too, because they were like, you know, like, but you didn't know them as much as the cop dads. Like any other person, their profession or teacher, I suppose, especially if they were a teacher at your high school, but you knew who the cop dads were and you wanted to be friends with their kids. Everybody did. And that's just a fact. There's no freaking way she doesn't know who Brian Albert is. Stop it. Oh, so they do a little sidebar here. So after I ask about Brian Albert, okay. All right. Stretch. Talk, whisper. Oh, what's going on here?
The court officer know when you're ready for me to come back up.
Okay.
The court officer know.
Oh, actually. So they take a break here. So now this is like, they talk to that sidebar about something and they're like, okay, shit's getting real here. Way too much information's coming out. So we need to figure out what to do. We can't let the jury hear all this. So,
Ms. McLaughlin, I'm going to let you step out for a few minutes, show them what you have, and let a court officer know when you're ready for me to come back up.
All right, for the court, please.
All right. So let's fast forward. Let me real quick while we're doing that. Let me read a couple cash apps here. Michelle sends $5 and says, let me read this. Did you know the cams at John O'Keefe's house have been edited, spliced, and changed order of actual events? The DA has fabricated that video. Didn't know that. Thank you, Michelle. Chad sends $100. Thank you, Chad. Says, I've been a rider since Busgate. Wow, September 2014, Busgate. We're on the 10-year anniversary of Busgate coming up soon. Thank you. The blog that built it all. Go read the book, I Am Turtleboy, available on Amazon. Kind of tells a story about how I got here today. And the Busgate blog was really the blog that, made me be able to do this for a living. So thank you very much. What sucked me in was your quote, they must have many leather-bound books comment. The Busgate parents, they were so ratchet. That was one of that blog in September of 2014. I used to get like, maybe I could get 500 people a day on the website. That blog got like 50,000 in one day. I'm like, holy fuck. I was like, and now it's like 50,000 is a slow day, but like that was really the kind of thing that did all. Thank you, Chad. Kathleen sends $25, says you are greatly appreciated. Well, thank you, Kathleen. So are you. I appreciate that. Leanne sends $10 and says, now that there are all these new photos proving more that Kate suffers from diabetes, can she be called back in by the defense? That is the $1 million question that I don't know the answer to. I'd like to hear a legal mind on that. Maybe certain lawyers can chime in on that. I'm not entirely sure what they can do. But with this judge, I'm just assuming no, the way this judge goes. But you never know. We also have here, what else? Cash App. When you Cash Apps, Jeffrey sends $10 and says, can the defense call Katie back to the stand? $1 million question. I don't know. I would hope so. Nathaniel sends $20 and says, Turtleboy theme music needs to be Big Balls by AC/DC. True that. I was thinking. Tyrone sends $5 and says, I don't recall. Yeah, that's kind of a theme around here. So thank you. If anyone else wants to donate, you can click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can send me a Cash App at $ Uncle Turtleboy. Okay. All right. So let me, do we have any more Turtle Chats? No. Cool. So let's get back to this hearing. So this is when they bring her back in. A lot of fan here. They're talking to her in the hallway. And then we're back.
Oh, Mr. Jackson, let's mark for identification the items that you told us about at sidebar.
First in order would be do you want me to describe them for the record, Your Honor?
No. So they're not to be put up on the screen.
These are 4 items. One of them.
So don't describe them. I need to see them. So let's bring them up, mark them for identification, Madam Clerk. Then you'll get them back, but I need these marked for identification.
So these are the pictures, obviously, of some of the ones that I just showed you. The images of the Venmo thing, the picture of them, all the things you saw in the first article I published, the drinking picture, that's what they're showing her right now. And it's going to be up to Auntie Bev what to do with these.
And I need to see them. Thank you. So we'll mark them first. All right.
So she's looking them over, being like, yep, these are pretty damning.
Thank you.
Not a good look for Katie McLaughlin. So I'm going to need to go ahead and protect her somehow.
Okay, so we have 4 pieces of paper marked for identification that appeared. You got these off of social media sites, Mr. Jackson?
That's correct.
Okay. When did you get?
Actually, he didn't get them off of social media sites. He got them off of turtleboydailynews.com. But he doesn't want to say that because he knows that she doesn't like turtleboydailynews.com. She's not a fan. She's not a turtle rider, as we call them, right? She's actually a cunt. That's what we call her. So he's like, yeah, we got them. Well, Turtleboy got them off social media, this award-winning journalist. So by the way, the defense has this obviously because I got it. So there we go. So there's that.
At these.
I couldn't tell you the exact date, but we probably have them for between 6 months and a year.
May 30th. Right. May 30th.
And Commonwealth, you've not seen these before?
No, Your Honor.
Right.
Bullshit. You've not seen these before, Adam Lally? Shut up, Adam Lally. He's seen all this shit. He's read it all. You liar. You liar, Adam Lally. No, Your Honor. I don't follow the turtle.
We'll talk about Rule 14 in a little bit, but we'll bring the witness in. You can ask her questions, Mr. Jackson, about her vacation that you mentioned, the drinking that you talked about, the relationship with Ms. Albert. I've forgotten the first name already. And Caitlin, and about the house. So you can ask her questions about that. And let's see, you can show her these exhibits or these marked for identification if you need to. You may have trouble actually getting those into evidence, but I'm going to let you find out. You can ask her to identify them, how long ago they were, things like that.
You may have trouble getting these into evidence, aka I'm not allowing them into evidence. Why wouldn't she allow them into evidence? I mean, what is the justification for that? Like what, they can't authenticate them or some shit like that? I mean, it's a picture. It's literally a picture of them together showing that the witness knows the person inside the house. What else do you need? How is that not evidence? And I'm getting messages from people telling me they can bring her back, but only at the behest of the judge. I'm glad the whole country is getting to see, the whole world is getting to see just how horrible and corrupt and biased this judge is.
All right, can we bring in Ms. McLaughlin, please? Yes. And Commonwealth, you just saw these today. I'm sorry, I don't remember if I asked you that.
Yes, and yes.
And you were objecting that you objected to sidebar that these come in at all?
Correct.
Of course.
Oh, here's the fourth one. I'm sorry. Mr. Jackson, here's the last one. All right. So, Ms. McLaughlin, Mr. Jackson's going to be allowed to ask you questions outside the presence of the jury, and you're still under oath. And you
So
have to
there's
answer them
no
truthfully,
jury
okay?
here. No jury. Remember that. There's no jury there. They're not hearing this. All this shit you're about to hear, the jury doesn't hear this.
McLaughlin, when just briefly as a predicate, when you stepped out, I want to make sure we're very clear. Did you have a conversation with anybody from the Commonwealth between the time you walked out of court and just now?
Just about if I needed a drink of water or to use the restroom.
Okay, but nothing about the substance of your testimony.
No.
Ms. McLaughlin, I asked you before we broke if you know who Caitlin Albert is.
Yes.
You said that you went to high school with somebody by that name, correct?
Yes.
You in fact know that person as a friend, correct?
I know her.
She's more than an acquaintance.
I would say she's an acquaintance. She's not a close friend.
She had a group of friends of yours?
We have mutual friends.
How long have you known her?
Probably since high school.
When you say, and I don't want to ask your age, I wouldn't do that. How many years, how long of a span of years have you known her?
Since high school, so maybe 10.
And you know her family, generally?
I don't.
You don't know anything about her family?
I don't know her family.
Have you ever been to her house?
Not that I recall ever being there.
Not that you recall, or you haven't? So there's two different things.
I don't recall ever being there.
Okay, so
You don't recall ever being at their house. You don't recall. This is such a cop-out because you can't be called out for lying if you say I don't recall. I don't recall. I don't recall. That way, if you get a picture of her at her house. By the way, if the answer to that was no, she would say no. But I don't recall is the kind of thing that you say when you want to lie, but you're not sure if a picture is going to emerge of you in their kitchen. That's what you're worried about. That's why you say I don't recall. And so the jury is not there because this is the voir dire of the witness. And they're, deciding whether or not she's credible and what can come into evidence.
you might have been there, you just don't recall.
I don't recall ever being there.
If I were to ask you if you've ever been to her house, yes or no, you cannot answer that because you don't know. You cannot recall. Correct?
Bullshit.
I would say, I would lean towards no. I have no recollection of ever being at her
I
house.
would lean towards no. So because when the picture comes out of her in the house, it's like, well, I said I was leaning towards no. I didn't really say no. I was leaning towards it. Leaning. Like, yeah, I don't think so. Like, you know what that means? I don't think you're going to find, I feel pretty safe that you're not going to find a picture of me, but I'm not like 100% sure. So I'm going to say I'm leaning no.
Are you friends with her on social media?
Yes.
May I approach her?
Yes.
May I approach?
I'm just going to leave all four of these up. I know what they look like. Can you do me a favor and take a look at the first document? What does that
She's
document
seen
do?
all these. She's like, these bitches got Turtleboy.
It says Caitlin's friends.
What does it look like? That's a printout of.
I'm sorry?
What does that look like? It's a printout of. Does that look like Facebook or one of the social media apps?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Some social media.
Okay. Under Caitlin's friends, do you see your handle, for lack of a better phrase?
I do.
Okay. Is that you?
Yes.
Okay. Can you look at the next photograph?
Wadir.
Before we talk about that next photograph,
It's not that
I
fancy.
should go in order for the record.
It's from my cousin Vinny. It's from my cousin Vinny. They've Wadir. Marissa told me.
Before we talk about which is the next photograph, how long have you been social media friends, quote, friends with Caitlin Albert?
I don't know.
More than 5 years?
Probably.
More than 8 years?
I don't know.
The second photograph, or the second document appears to be a photograph. It's is that right?
Yes.
Do you see yourself in that photograph?
I do.
You see Caitlin in that photograph?
Look
I
at
do.
it. I do.
Where
Oh
was
yeah,
that
there's.
photograph taken?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Where was that photograph taken?
I don't know.
Bullshit. You show me any picture of me on Facebook, bro. Like, let's go to mine. I'm going to go to my real Facebook. I'm going to go bring up some pictures, right? Let's find some pictures. And like any picture you find of me, I will tell you where and when it was taken. Like, let's see. I go back here and I'll go back like 10 years. I will tell you where all these pictures were taken. Hold on. I'm going to go do that right now. Hold on. We're going to do a little thing. Cause I got pictures on my Facebook too. My actual Facebook. Give me a minute. I got to get through these. We went to every town in Massachusetts. I got to get through those ones. Okay. Hold on. We're going to find some. Hold on. Some of these goddamn. Okay. All right. All right, I'll find. Let me get some pictures. All right, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna find some pictures on my Facebook. I gotta tell you where they all are. All right, let's see. These are like 15 years ago, bro. All right, here we go. This is my Facebook page. I found some of these. Okay, let's see where these are from. All right, this one. Oh, I know that one. That's McMurphy's Bar in Amherst. I know that one. How about this one? Oh, I know this one. This was the Miguel Cotto fight against Margarita at Madison Square Garden in December of 2011. I remember that one. Well, that was a long time ago. I remember that one. Well, this is easy. That's Fenway Park. So there's that. What else do we got here? Oh, there's the marathon. Oh, I remember this one. This was me. I was drunk in Buffalo at the Bills game. This is definitely Buffalo. We couldn't get out of the parking lot and someone threw cookies at me. I remember that. Okay, so there's that one. What else do we have here? Any other pictures? Oh, I remember this one. This was we got a house in Newport. This is Newport, Rhode Island in like 2000 and I want to say 9, maybe 2000. No, maybe like 2012 or 10, somewhere around there. Okay. I remember every single one of these pictures. And I know this one. This is at a lake in Charlton. I remember that one. Bottom line is, these are college pictures. Oh, these are my college days. Oh, this was at UMass. Okay. Long time ago. What else do we? I used to have a blowout. I remember each and every picture. This is when we had Jello wrestling at the frat. I remember this one well. That was a good time. And there's T-ball. I remember that's my T-ball team. I remember that one. Dude, every picture on my Facebook, I can tell you the exact location of it. Every single picture. Bullshit that this woman's looking at pictures of herself on Facebook and she has and all those people in those pictures, those are my friends. I knew them all. I could tell you all of their names, all of them. Now they might friends come and go. They might be my best friend, right? But they're all my friends. And at the time, they were pretty close friends because I'm on vacation with them and shit. I'm going out to the bar with them. I'm attending Jello wrestling events with them. So clearly, like some of those pictures are 15 years old, older than that. And this woman's like, I don't fucking know where that is. Bullshit, you liar.
No idea how long ago that was?
I don't.
What was the event that was depicted, that is depicted in that photograph?
I don't know.
Is that local or was that on a trip somewhere?
I don't know. Probably local. If it's a beach, I don't remember. I've never been away to a beach on vacation with all of these people. So probably local.
When we say local, let's talk about local. I don't mean we may have different definitions. Where would that be? What beach? I'm not as familiar with the location.
I'm not sure.
Yes, you are.
Possibly.
Do you recognize some of the other folks in that photograph?
I do.
In fact, there's a lot of people in that photograph, right?
There's a lot of people in it.
Did you take a trip with all those people at some point in the past?
Take a trip?
To the beach.
Did I go to the beach at some point with these people? Yes.
Okay. When did you go to the beach with all those folks?
I don't know. I don't know when this picture is from. It seems old to me, but.
Well, you can see yourself. I mean,
yeah.
What was that? Did you say it seems old to you?
Yeah, to me. Okay. This isn't like a recent to me.
How old do you think that photograph is?
I don't know. It could be around high school. I'm not sure.
And I know Mr. Jackson didn't want to ask you how old you are. When did you get out of high school?
2014.
Okay.
I graduated.
So could that have been around 2014?
It could be.
So you've known Caitlin for at least that long?
Yeah.
And when I say travel, I mean travel outside of Canton. Gone places with her, correct?
Yes.
Posed for photographs with her?
Yes.
With other folks?
Yes.
It's like socializing and partying, correct?
Looks like socializing.
And he's got one picture of them separated. Like he doesn't have this one. Like the one I did today was awesome, but this is the best one. This is the best one because this is goddamn June of 2021. This is like 7 months before John O'Keefe is murdered. 7 months. They're at a goddamn baby shower together. Bro, they got him. You liar.
Maybe a small vacation.
I've never been on vacation with a big group of people like this.
Well, that doesn't look like what would you call that if that's not like a mini vacation?
A day at the beach.
A day at the beach.
Day at the beach.
A day vacation.
A day vay. Again, A day vacation to Frenchman's Hole, Maine, which is 4 hours from here. And she's got pictures on July 22nd and July 24th, indicating that it was more than one day. Apparently, they just take day trips every day to Frenchman's Hole, Maine. Let me look at this face. Look at that smug little face on her. Oh.
Sure.
Okay. Let's look at the next photograph. Jay. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
I do need to remind myself. That photograph looks a little older, correct?
They both look old to me. I don't know when they're from.
I'm going to ask you the same questions about that. These aren't trick questions. I don't want to waste your time. What's that from?
I don't remember specifically what or where this is.
Do you see yourself in that photograph?
I do.
You see Caitlin in the photograph?
This is the drinking beer one.
I do.
You're all posing for the camera, correct?
Yes.
What's the location?
I don't know.
No idea.
I don't.
This is yet another socializing event with Caitlin that you can't recall.
I don't know where this is exactly.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on your words. Go ahead.
I don't know where this is exactly.
So you've had so many socializing events with Caitlin and other folks that you can't pinpoint this one as opposed to any of the others.
The hot tub's a good one.
No, I'm saying I can't. These photos are old. I don't know. I don't remember where these were or the circumstances around them. That's what I'm saying.
You see how you're dressed in that photo?
Yes.
You see how you see the other friends that are there with you?
Yeah.
How many people would you estimate are in that photo?
Do you want me to count how many people?
Give me it. I don't have a photo in front of me, so just give me it. Is it more than 5?
12
people.
ish.
Do you recognize those dozen people?
I do.
Did you go on a day trip with those dozen people?
They are.
Yeah, possibly.
When?
I don't know.
Where?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't remember.
How many times have you gone on day trips with those dozen people?
I don't know.
How about turning back to photograph I? How many times have you gone on day trips and socialized with those number of people? So it's like probably double that, 20 or 25 people.
I don't know.
That's a big group of friends of yours that includes Caitlin Albert, right?
A big group of mutual friends.
So it's not just that she's a mutual friend, she's a friend. Is that right?
As I said before, I would consider myself more of an acquaintance. We have mutual friends. I wouldn't consider her a close friend, but yeah, I mean, that would be my answer.
Basically grew up with her, went to high school with her.
I didn't grow up with her. I went to high school with her.
When I say grow up with her, I mean, you grew up in the same town as her, right?
Grew up in the same town.
Went to the same high school as she did.
Yes.
Socialized with the same friends as she did.
Yes.
Went on day trips with her.
Yes.
And
kind of sounds like a friend.
Apparently have all the same friend group.
Yeah. Kind of sounds like a friend.
I don't know that we have all the same friend group. These are people that we're both friends with.
But you don't consider her anything more than just some friends.
Oh.
I think I described it to you.
Yeah, well, the pictures
my question is you don't consider her to be anything
otherwise.
I wouldn't consider her to be a close friend.
Now let's take a look at the last photograph.
Bigger screw up together.
Describe what's in that photograph.
It's a picture of me. Caitlin is in it, and there's seems to be other people in it as well.
May I approach?
Yes.
Both of you can take it. Sorry, I just want to drop it on you. That's a close-up photograph of who?
Caitlin, and I'm also in it.
And you're doing what in the photograph?
Drinking beer.
As it relates to Caitlin.
It seems like I'm kind of kneeling down next to her.
Touching her?
Can I see that for just a minute, please?
Yeah, she doesn't like that yet. Oh, she wants to see the.
Can you show me you?
So just for the record, may I approach one more time?
Yes.
You're sort of just behind Caitlin in that photograph?
Yes.
Caitlin's the one drinking the beer?
Yes.
You got your right arm around her?
Yes.
You both appear to be wearing swimwear?
Yes.
Bathing suits?
Yes.
And you're giving some sort of sign with your left hand?
No, I'm not.
Is that somebody else's hand that I saw? Maybe that's Caitlin's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't have a photograph in front of me. I don't have it committed to memory. Looks like that's a photograph that you and Caitlin posed for together, correct?
It seems like it's a close-up of a bigger, like a picture. It seems to be zoomed in on a group of people.
Yeah, but you two
on social media.
are right next to each other.
Okay.
Right?
Are you telling me that?
I'm asking you that. You ever seen that posted on social media?
I don't recall seeing this picture, but if it was on social media, then okay.
How long ago was that picture taken?
I don't know.
Who took the picture?
I don't know.
Where were you when the photograph was taken?
Probably at a beach if we're wearing bathing suits.
Probably at a beach or at a beach?
Well, I can't see a beach in the picture. We're in bathing suits. It could be at a beach.
Right. Do you recognize the bathing suits you're wearing in the photograph?
No.
You literally don't even recognize your own outfit?
No.
That doesn't help define where you were and when that photograph was taken?
No, sir.
Do any of these photographs remind you that you've been to Caitlin's house at some point in your friendship with her?
No.
Has Caitlin ever been to your house?
Not to my recollection.
When was the last time you talked to her?
I don't recall.
I don't remember exactly. It's probably been a few years.
When was the last time you went to an event, socializing event with Caitlin?
Again, I don't remember exactly.
Did you talk to Caitlin at any point on or around January 29th, 2022?
No.
I know one time, June 5th, 2021, they were at a baby shower together. I know the answer to that one, Alan. Alan didn't know that on Friday. I know as a matter of fact that her entire defense team and Karen's family watches this show religiously, as they should, right? As they should. And I know that come Monday, they're going to have all this shit ready to go. All this shit. Because that's what we do. I mean, if you want to, and how come nobody else in the other media is reporting this? It's just none of this shit gets introduced into evidence. But like, why isn't the Ted Daniels of the world posting the picture? But like, this is like, because the world doesn't see it. If it's not admitted into evidence and you don't follow Turtleboy, you're not going to see these pictures. And unfortunately, not everyone follows Turtleboy like they should. So they're not going to see it. So like, why isn't the Ted Daniels of the world and all these other people in the media, why aren't they saying this is the picture that wasn't admitted into evidence? Why like that's the role of the media. So it's because it's not introduced into evidence, you're just not going to report on it. Isn't that kind of the story? Like, this is the picture that wasn't reported. Why isn't this picture reported? Why isn't this entered into evidence? I don't know.
When was the last time you had talked to Caitlin before January 29th, 2022?
I don't know.
Was that a day before, a week before, a month before?
No, I don't talk to her. Like I said, we're not like close friends, so it's like pretty infrequent that we would interact. So I don't know when the last time before that.
What about texting or Snapchatting or communicating in that way?
I don't remember.
Would it have been a week before the 29th?
I don't think so.
You don't think so, or you know so?
I don't think so.
What about after the 29th, after you responded to 34 Fairview? Ever have any communication with her?
Not that I can recall.
So is that something that you think you might remember if you responded to a house of a father where there's a police officer dead or dying on the yard, on the lawn, 30 feet from the front door? You might have had a conversation with Caitlin?
I've never had a conversation with Caitlin about that call or this case.
Bullshit.
Did you ever contact any of your other friends about the fact that you responded to Caitlin's parents' house?
No.
Were you ever asked about this relationship that you had with Caitlin Albert, this friendship that you had with Caitlin?
So she's good friends with this person, and she's never mentioned to any of her friends, oh, yeah. Yeah, so remember Caitlin? Yeah, I was actually I found that dead body on her yard, the cop. It's the thing that's all over the news. Yeah, I was there. She doesn't mention this to any of her friends ever. Never comes up in conversation. Okay.
Well, now we're happening at the time of the 29th of January.
No.
Did you ever disclose to anybody that you had a relationship with Caitlin Albert at or around the time of this event?
No.
When you went to 34 Fairview, you knew that was the Albert family home, correct?
No.
When did you learn that it was the Albert? You now know that.
I know that now.
When did you find that?
I don't know. I don't recall. It was
I don't recall.
Some point after. It was, but I don't know when.
Would it have been the next day?
No.
You and firefighter Flamati and firefighter Nuttall were all discussing this case pretty intently after this event, correct?
Correct.
No.
Oh,
it's not that often in the little town of Canton that a police officer is found dead or dying on another police officer's lawn. Wouldn't you agree with that?
We responded to a medical call. So the conversation after the fact was at the hospital, debriefing the call, going over what happened, what we use for equipment, what we need, and just like that was the extent of the conversation.
Would you agree that this case, given its notoriety, is discussed at the fire station almost daily?
I don't know when I'm not there, but it does get brought up.
And obviously the fact that the house belonged at the time to the Albert family is part of that discussion.
I don't know. Like I said, it gets brought up, but it's.
Yeah. So the murder gets brought up, but no one at the fire station ever mentions that it's at Brian Albert's house. That never comes up in conversation. Oh, right.
I just avoid it. I don't engage in the conversation.
She avoids it.
Certainly
walks away.
The subject matter that you learned, according to you, after the 29th, that house belongs to Brian Albert, Cole Albert, parents of your friend Caitlin Albert, right?
Well, at that point, it was on the news consistently. So I don't know where that like information was introduced, but
it's pretty early on after the 29th.
I don't recall when it was known that that was the case.
I mean, you didn't learn that was the Albert family home last week.
No.
You've known it for going on 2.5 years.
I don't know exactly when I learned that that was the house.
I realize you don't know exactly, Ms. McLaughlin. I'm not asking you the day you learned. I'm asking you, you've known this basically through the lifespan of this case.
At some point after I learned it.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out about how long after, a week after, a month
At
after.
some point,
I'm not sure.
But it was more toward January 29th than it was yesterday, correct?
Correct.
Just a moment.
Yes.
Just a moment, Your Honor. Look at the stair. There's the stair. There it is. You cunt. You cunt. Look at her. Look at that face. Yikes.
One of the couple brief questions. Do you know any of Caitlin's siblings?
No.
You don't know Brian Albert Jr.?
No.
You know any of her extended family that might be a little closer in age to you, like Colin Albert?
Never heard
Ever
of
met
him.
any of them?
Not that I recall.
Not that you recall or no?
I don't remember.
Yeah. So then Bev is like, okay, what are we going to allow in evidence? And does she say here?
Okay. Last left off, I was asking you about your relationship with Caitlin Albert.
So
You recall
that none of that, everything that you just saw there, none of that, the jury heard that. None of it. Now this is what the jury hears.
Yes.
I want to ask you a few more questions about that. You and Caitlin Albert have known each other for how long?
Since high school.
Which is, give me a span of time.
So probably about 10 years.
You have traveled with Caitlin Albert and friends. When I say travel, I don't mean to exotic locations. I mean day trips, etc.
Yes.
You have a group of mutual friends together, correct?
We have mutual friends, correct?
Those mutual friends have gone on day trips with you and Caitlin Albert involved?
Correct.
On more than one occasion, as a matter of fact?
Correct.
On many occasions, matter of fact?
I don't know.
More than 5?
I don't know.
More than 10?
I don't know.
You've seen photographs of you with Caitlin Albert on some of these day trips, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
You've seen at least 3 of those photographs.
Yes.
You're friends with Caitlin Albert on social media?
Yes.
Other than the 3 photographs that you've seen, we just talked about, there have been other events that you've been at with Caitlin Albert that weren't necessarily photographed, but we don't have those photographs, correct?
Probably.
You know that Caitlin Albert is the same Caitlin Albert as the daughter of Brian and Nicole Albert.
I do now.
As you sit here.
Yes. As I sit here today, yes.
And you know that Caitlin Albert also has siblings, Brian Albert Jr., correct?
As I sit here today, yes, I know that.
And you also know, as you sit here today, that 34 Fairview was, at the time of January 29th, 2022, the Albert home, correct?
I know that as of today.
I know that as of today.
You indicated, how would we rephrase that? When you showed up at 34 Fairview that morning, did you recognize that address or recognize the home as being that of Caitlin Albert's?
No.
You've since learned that that was Caitlin Albert's home.
Yeah.
I know that now.
I know that now, but he didn't know
And
before.
you gave your original statement to Trooper Proctor the next day.
Yes.
And from that day to this day, or let's take yesterday, from that day to yesterday, you learned that 34 Fairview was the Canton Albert family home, correct?
You're asking if I know from...
Between those 2 days.
Yes.
Between the time you spoke with Trooper
Yes.
Proctor in this report, so yesterday when you testified, you now know that that's the Albert home.
Yes.
Now I do. But I didn't
And
know
you
that
also
before.
indicated that between that report that you gave to Trooper Proctor, that statement that you gave to Trooper Proctor, and yesterday's testimony, your statement has evolved. You've already admitted that, correct?
I don't think I agreed with you on that.
It's changed. It's different.
I've always testified to I feel as though my testimony has been consistent.
I appreciate how you might feel. I'm just interested in the actual facts. You didn't tell Trooper Proctor anything about this officer questioning my client. Correct?
Objection. So I'm going to see counsel at sidebar because I think this morphed into a different.
Oh, God.
To Canton PD was coordinated by another officer to put you and Trooper Proctor together for the interview, correct?
Oh, this was new, too.
I don't recall that.
This is
You recall
interesting.
being contacted by a completely different officer.
Now, this was
to say, hey,
interesting.
Trooper Proctor wants to talk to you. Come on into Canton PD. let's have an interview.
I don't remember exactly how the interview was set up.
So that was my next question. You may have just told me this. Do you have any recollection who set that interview up?
I don't.
His name Kevin Albert. Sound familiar?
Oh.
No.
You know Kevin Albert?
No.
You know him to be a police officer at Canton PD?
No.
You know him to be the brother of Brian Albert?
No. The objections.
Bullshit. Oh, objection. Do you see how quick she said the objection sustained to? She was ready for that. Like, he goes, do you know Kevin Albert? No, never heard of him. Apparently, Kevin Albert called her and set up the interview, who she doesn't know. She never heard of Kevin Albert before, and set up the interview with her, his CrossFit buddy Proctor. They do CrossFit together. Just listen to how quickly she saves his ass here. Listen to this.
Next question. You may have just told me this. Do you have any recollection who set that interview up?
I don't.
His name Kevin Albert. Sound familiar?
No.
You know Kevin Albert?
No.
You know him to be a police officer at Canton PD?
No.
You know him to be the brother of Brian Albert?
No.
The objection sustained.
The objection sustained.
That's all I have now.
Okay. Lily, any redirect?
Yes, sir.
So there we go. There we go. I mean, so the jury did hear, she described, the jury didn't get to look at the pictures, but he described it as best he could. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to call this woman back. People are saying that they can, but it's hardly ever done. It's up to the judge. And I mean, judge, she is just evil, man, huh? But it doesn't matter. I mean, it does make you wonder if Facebook pictures are no bueno for this trial. A substantial amount of the evidence linking the Proctors to the McCabe's, and the Proctors to the Alberts comes from Facebook pictures and whatnot. Like, imagine none of that gets, like, you can't bring up the picture of Colin Albert at the wedding. You can't use that. What? It's just, she is the gatekeeper for all this stuff. And I really hope the media reports on this. Like, why am I the only one reporting on this? I don't mind it because I get all the views that way. Like, if I'm the only one reporting the actual news and actually what's happening, like what the exhibits are in the courtroom, then people are going to come to me. And that's how you're going to get, this is why I'm the top dog around here when it comes to the Karen Read case. Everybody knows that. But I would like it if not everybody reads Turtleboy like they should. So it would be nice if the media did their job. All right. That's all I'm saying. Let me read a couple turtle chats here. Haas Long sends $10 and says, Lexus taillights are plastic welded to housing. Baby girl Kearney gets shown her dad is a hero for her 9th happy birthday. Well, thank you very much. And yes, that's true about the Lexus taillights. I appreciate that. All right. Thank you. Next one is from PJ, sends $5, says, thank you for exposing the evil people among us. I appreciate that, PJ. It's my pleasure to do that. Thank you. And Katie McLaughlin is certainly one of those people. What a useless sack of shit she is. She had a chance to, this is how she's going to be remembered. She could save 1 million lives for the next 30 years. The only thing people are going to remember her for is that time that she went on the stand and under oath lied to protect a bunch of dirty cop killers. That's what she's going to be known for. And I hope the FBI gets her too. Like, I hope there's some sort of consequences for this because these are easily provable lies, perjury. I've been waiting. Vicky sends $25, says, I've been waiting for this trial from day one, and I can't believe these inside info and photos you have. Love this article. Love this website. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. Love this news publication. She sends another 25 and says, I love your inside info and photos. Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much, Vicky. Leah sends $25, says, listen closely when the jury is brought back in. Katie doesn't recall, isn't sure being at Caitlin's house. And when questioned about Katie's house, it's a no. It's a no. Yeah, she did change her story a little bit there. First, it was I don't recall. So then when the jury came back in, it was no. That's a good point. Mark Furman sends $10 and says, it takes a special kind of idiot to commit a felony live on national television. Mark Furman, like Michael Proctor makes Mark Furman, look like Columbo. Like that. It's so bad. He's so bad. I got another 25 from Vicky who says, again, love your blog. Love the new photos. Thank you very much, Vicky. I appreciate that. Thank you. Do we have any other turtle chats here? Let's see. Emmy sends $20 and says, look how red Lowry gets when Jackson spanks him. Yeah. Yeah. His tushy's all red there. Okay. Why don't we take any questions you guys have to end the night? Carrie B asks, any suggestions or guesses? I'm guessing she's asking here. And by the way, shout out to the 172 Rumble Rats we still got. Over 5,000 people on YouTube. This is quite the crowd we had tonight. I love it. It's only going to get bigger and better. She says that any suggestion on who gets called this week? I'm hearing they still got to do the ER people. I looked at let's look at the defense defense Commonwealth witness list, Karen Read case. There was a link on TV Daily News for this. TV Daily News. Okay, let me pull this up. No, this is the defense witness list. No, that's not it. Do we have it here? Wait, why am I doing that? Here they are. Okay, here's the witness list. So this is the Commonwealth witness list. So we haven't had any of these state cops go yet. That's going to be interesting. I don't know how many we're going to hear from, especially number 1. That's the one we all want to hear from, right? And number 8, and number 2, and number 9. We heard from Saraf and Mulaney. They didn't. I mean, Mulaney seemed okay. Saraf was a liar, right? We caught him in love. We got all Goody's going to be one. Lank, are they going to bring Lank in? Gallagher. I mean, these are going to go badly. I mean, are we going to have to hear from all these cops? We'll see. Civilian witnesses. This is when it gets interesting. So we got Flamati. We already heard him. Heather Maxon is one I'm really looking forward to. I don't think that they're going to call her. She was in the car with Ryan Nagel. Her testimony is no bueno for the Commonwealth. They're not going to like her testimony. I doubt they're going to call her. Scorty Bello, they're going to have to call. She's the medical examiner. But again, imagine what Alan Jackson's going to do to Scorty Bello about those abrasions on his arm. Like, think of what he's going to do to her. Oh, he can't wait to get his hooks into her. Who else they got? Oh, and then we got here Nuttall. We've heard from Walsh, right? No more. I just want to make sure we don't have any more firefighters. Matthew Kelly. I think we can all agree. Matthew Kelly, the young guy here, he was the best one. Seemed like the most honest one. He didn't hear anything about I hit him. Nothing. He seemed to be a decent guy. Woodbury, I think he was the older fella. Obviously, McLaughlin. We heard from Becker, I'm pretty sure. I think we heard from Whitley. I can't have any more firefighters. And then the fun starts. Jennifer McCabe, Matthew McCabe. They have to call Jennifer McCabe. They have to call Matthew McCabe. I don't know if they'll call Allie. They got to call Kerry Roberts. I don't know why Kerry Roberts' drunken, abusive husband, Kurt, is on there. But he is. We heard from the O'Keefes. I'm not sure why they went first, but they did. We have all these good Samaritan people too at the hospital. I'm thinking they're going to be next. We're going to start hearing from the nurses just because they want to bore us to death. And then we got the Celebrate people. Brian Albert. I don't know. Cameranos, they were there that night. I believe they were at one of the bars. I'm not sure. The kids. I don't know the kids we got to hear from still. You know they're going to call the kids. You know we have to hear about the Aruba trip. They said this is going to take 4 weeks. I think it's going to take at least 5 just to have the prosecution's witnesses. I mean, look at all these names. All these we got to get to. Sarah Levinson, Jutras. Why would they call him? Gretchen Voss. They're letting her in the courthouse too. What the hell is Gretchen Voss going to say about her interview with Karen Read? There's no way Karen Read said anything to Gretchen Voss that could hurt her case. No way. She had her lawyers with her. Karen Read did not get outsmarted by Gretchen Voss. Stop it. Tristin Morris is on the list. Oh, watch. They're going to try to get me for witness intimidation again, aren't they? Because I got witnesses. He came up to me. He approached me. Julie Albert, Chris Albert, Colin Albert. Oh, God. These state police crime lab people. Oh, I hope they bring up Maureen Hartnett, who failed her proficiency exam. I hope they bring her up. I mean, look at all these people. Lucky Loughran, what are you thinking? Bringing him up. I don't know who some of these people are. Julie Nagel. I know Trotta. He would be a bad witness for them. Jessica Hyde. They're definitely going to bring her. She's going to try to debunk the 227, which is not going to work out the way they think it is. They're definitely going to bring Marietta Sullivan, who like thinks that, doesn't like Karen Reed because she rubbed her the wrong way in Aruba. Yeah, so we got to hear from all those. Dude, I don't see how this finishes. So I think the next, Carrie, to answer your question, I think the next witnesses we're going to see are going to be the hospital people, just because they want to bore us to death. Man, when are they going to do civilian witnesses? I don't know. Then they're going to do the Aruba people. They're going to be like the character witness people. It's just going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time. So, yeah. All right. Other questions you guys have? Anything else? Let me go still. I don't know what they would bring Tristin Morris up for. He didn't see anything. Like, why is he on there? Yeah, maybe if we didn't have, maybe if firefighters didn't take 3 hours to testify like Flamati, and maybe if Adam Lally didn't ask stupid fucking questions that have nothing to do with anything. Is the Fed's investigation still going on? As far as I know, it is. As far as I know. Stop it, Mark. If Karen confessed to ER personnel, she's done. Oh, yeah, sure she is. Right. Because that'll explain how these injuries came from. Right, sure. What'd she say? Oh, no, fuck that. Your convo with the lawyer. Oh, God, that lie again. They're so stupid. They're such liars. All right. Was it snowing? It was snowing. Morrissey's on the defense list, not the prosecution's. And all the sidebars, yeah. It's true. Katie McLaughlin does have a little sister who played field hockey with Gemma Cave's daughter. That's a fact. We found out. Fact. I'd like to know where Tristin Morris went during the night for sure. And you're right. It is why they tried locking me up. Too effective. Anytime, Emma. I never say no. I sign books. If you want to get my book, I'll sign a book for you. Whatever you want. Sign your baby. Whatever you want. Most people just ask for a picture. Those are way better than an autograph. What an apron is by now, right? Lally jerks off to Frozen. Oof, okay, TMI. I love what Aidan said to Vinny Politan about Karen and John's relationship. Shut him right up. What did I say? I don't even remember. Yeah, Lucky's going to absolutely help Karen's case. I have no idea why that would be on there. Joey Potts says he knows the feds are locked in. He knows that for a fact. I certainly hope so, man. Well, we'll see. We'll see when they arrest. They have to arrest sometime, though. So who's marrying turtle ladies? I don't know what that means. Can y'all propose? Okay. Do you think anyone's going to on the run? I mean, you can't really run. There's nowhere to run to. They're too high profile. What are these messages I'm getting? All right. Shouldn't let retards in. I know I shouldn't. Yeah. I will be at court tomorrow. I will be there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this week. I'm going to be going there. So, Found Turtleboy on X a few days ago. I like him. I'm glad. Yeah, I've gained a lot of followers on the Twitter machine in the last week or so, and YouTube subscribers. So good time to be a turtle. Welcome aboard if you're new here. This is what we do every Tuesday and Saturday night. This is the #1 channel for Karen Read case coverage in the country, in the world, actually. So there's that. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Great. Yeah. Happy birthday to her indeed. Absolutely. All right. Okay. I hope we don't. I can't do any more resumes. I only last 60 days and I still smoked them. Yeah, I'll definitely be live from the courthouse. We're still trying to get in. We're trying to find a way in there. I'm going to try to do it. And that's just a fact, but I mean, that's my catchphrase. You can't have 2 closet babies. That's why. You can't have 2 closet babies. That's what I say. Can't do it. Only one baby fits in a closet at a time. Yes, I will be streaming tomorrow morning. Correct. Anyone on Katie, info on Katie be on leave due to harassment? No, that is completely untrue. Will anyone plead the 5th? I'm sure. Is Mello tapped out? Yes, he's. I don't know if he'll be at the next hearing on May 23rd. He has until May 8th to get us all this discovery we asked for. I don't think they're going to get it. Yes, true. Let's see. Why do you think the judge is biased? Because she's a cunt. Try to bang through these questions as fast as possible. Some speed questions here. Okay. No running. Okay, I'm trying to look. Will Grant stop stiffing me? Probably not. Probably not. Where did the puffy jacket go? I don't know. Mysteriously disappeared. Is Grant okay in the head? I don't think so. Something's wrong with that boy. Something's wrong with that boy. I just loved Krusty Panties posting the wrong Jessica Machado. I can't get over that stuff. That's great. Why wouldn't there be court Friday? Why no court on Fridays? Who said that? Are we going to see screenshots of text saying you couldn't find any naked pics? I'm guessing so. All right. And I have applied for a media pass. They're giving me the runaround. They're not answering. And so instead of saying no, they're just not responding. So I got my lawyer working on that. So stay tuned. Any chance you can get Grant's pass for a day? Don't think it works that way. It's ridiculous. He has a pass. It's a joke. But he does have one. Well, that's just, I'll give anyone $1,000 if they could produce a positive pregnancy test. $1,000 right now. But can the Celtics win without Porzingis? It'll be harder. They're still the best team in the NBA, but it'll definitely be harder. I don't know. Is he definitely out for a long time? We'll see. They could beat the Cavs without him for sure. Yes. Truth and Transparency. Good channel. I like her channel. She's good stuff. Yeah, a former judge Cosgrove is the new prosecutor, and he witnessed that restraining order hearing. You guys can listen to it on YouTube. I streamed it the other day, and he was just watching that and being like, oh my God, this is what I have to work with. Like, holy shit, what did I sign up for? I kind of feel bad for him. Grant is like 35. I want to say 34. When did they find the other shoe? The state police found the other shoe at 5:45 when they did the second search of the area after a foot of snow had fallen somehow. Okay, I'm just trying to catch up. No, jury selection was just Friday. I don't go. Okay. No court on Fridays. Is that real? Like, there's actually no court on Fridays? That's a joke, right? Yeah, there was just court last Friday. What are people talking about? She says, thank you for continuing to cover despite all the threats and jail time and shit. My pleasure. My pleasure, Mahala. I appreciate that. Where's Grant's awards? I don't know. I got awards, though. I got a bunch of awards. We'll see. And I got a big profile on me coming up in Boston Magazine's coming soon. So stay tuned. Should be interesting. This is my time to shine. This is what I've been working for, you know? Do I know who's testifying now? We went over that. The Timberwolves look good, man. The Timberwolves look like the favorite in the West now after that beatdown on the Nuggets the other night. What's your vibe on the Panthers-Bruins game? I mean, we're underdogs, that's for sure. But it's hockey. Anyone could win a hockey one. All right. Anyway, I think we're about done. Has anyone threatened your life? All the time, but nobody's ever followed through, so I'm still here. Anyway, what happened between Karen and Carrie? Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, we are going to call it a night now because I could stay here all night. But still over 5,100 people still watching. That's wild. So great audience tonight. I love all you fine people out there. One more turtle chat from Chelsea. Sends $25. No comment, but I appreciate that, Chelsea. So stay tuned tomorrow. We'll be streaming more court tomorrow. Just get used to it, baby. It's going to be a long couple months here, and it's going to be wild. So I love you guys, and we will see you all tomorrow at 9 o'clock for more fucking. Peace, Turtle Riders.